So good.
Hola.
Hey,
Good morning.
There's
everybody.
Hey, Chris.
I'm here.
You made it. Wow.
Good morning,
How about
Al.
that, guys?
Thanks for joining us, Alan.
Yeah. Where's everybody been? What the hell?
Chris C got the link 2 minutes ago and showed up. Good for you.
Yeah. I keep thinking about Johnny Utah. Late to your own goddamn raid.
I was saying you're busy selling the Vinegar Syndrome copies.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
Yeah, man. I'm on this new medication, man. I fell asleep at 5:30. That ain't a nap. That's going to sleep for the night. Break up at 10:25. I go, oh, shit.
You'll be up till 4 a.m. now.
Sleep like a bear. Sleep like a bear. Yeah.
Man.
I got a good power nap in.
So I'm well rested. That's what I'm extreme all night.
Fuck.
How's everybody doing?
Doing
Good.
good, man.
Good.
Yeah.
Really
You
good.
got a lot of people here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Imagine that. Craig was supposed to be here. He's really sick. So
Okay.
you chat
care,
with Chris
Craig.
well
Take
or
care,
Craig
Craig.
well. He's in real bad shape. So I mean he's
All
not
right,
dying.
better,
or
Craig.
anything,
Franchise
but
for him, no problem.
for him not to be here, he's sick. Really sick.
Too many Reese's cups.
You took the words right out of my mouth.
Yeah. Just hearing that.
Well, we had Chris C on deck, so that worked out good.
Yep.
Look like Chris come back.
Appreciate it all. Thank you all very much. Appreciate it.
Yeah, man. So, top 5 physical media releases of the year, right? Sorry,
Yeah.
I was asleep 5 minutes ago.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. As of that. Yep.
Yeah. Luckily I had my stuff together anyway, so I was ready to go. All I had to do was, wake up. So, but yeah, believe it or not, this is what I was looking forward to. So sorry I was late, but
No worries.
yeah. So, did you guys have any problems coming up with 5?
Yes.
Just
Oh,
got-
yeah.
Yeah. But it's,
Somewhat, yeah.
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 Pretty easy for me.
I had 4 for sure, and my 5th one, as usual, I usually have a hard time coming up with my 5th one, but my number 1 was a no-brainer. So so I really only had 4 I had to kind of think about. So but yeah, this was a fun one, and this was easier than doing the 5 mistakes we did last week.
Regrets, yeah.
5 regrets. So all right, let me see if I can talk and see who's out in the chat.
Yeah, I actually realized how many releases I bought this year, and it's like way more than I have in the past. That's for sure. Like new releases.
Yeah. When I started, when it ended. I know when it ended.
Yeah, one thing about doing something like this, you realize how much fucking money you spent for the year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Real quick.
As far as what hasn't made it in yet, is there anything that anybody can think of that might be on their list that hasn't made it in yet?
That was one of the things I checked right away, and
Yeah.
there really wasn't anything. I mean, there's still a couple cool things coming out, in the next week or two, but nothing that would have made my top list.
Yeah.
No, just one thing, but I checked the wrong date on it. It's actually released next year.
All right.
I got in the Steelbook of Pearl, the 4K.
Oh,
Nice. But I haven't. I just got it in like today, so I haven't had a chance to check it out or anything. So
Yeah.
it could be worthy, but I gotta kind of leave it off. Also got that 4K of Renfield.
Yeah.
Huh.
The
Still
Child's
need
Play
to check that.
4K set. Has anybody seen that unboxed yet? I know that's out, but I don't know anybody that's got it in yet.
I saw somebody do it on Instagram.
You're going to love it. It's all digipack.
You
Yeah,
got
it looks
it.
shitty.
That's all did you pay? Wow. Yeah, I
Check
wasn't
it out.
sure. I couldn't tell by the picture.
Check it out again next year, and you'll see how everybody's is kind of torn up. And
Have you seen
everything.
it, Brad?
No, I haven't seen it yet. That's
It's like 7 or 8 of those thin little fucking digipack.
Very
things.
thin.
Yeah.
well, mine will be on eBay.
Yep.
When it gets here from the UK.
Yeah, I canceled mine. I canceled my order. I'm glad I did.
Jesus.
There's
All
a-
the screen factories. I didn't need to.
I'm gonna message Tony and see if he can.
There's a minute and a half unboxing from Arrow Video themselves. Check it
I'll
out.
have to check it out. I wish why is it not 4K Amaray cases? That's a whole other thing. But yeah, the Severin stuff should have been here, and it'll probably be here in January, even though it's 2023 stuff. Cemetery Man 4K, maybe could have been there, but like I said, it probably won't be here till January.
Guess they'll put up their
Yeah.
snow globes next year.
Yeah.
All right, let's get caught up with the chat there. Damn, we got 47 people watching.
Holy shit.
Monkey, what's going on?
Famous.
I'm so excited for the stream. I have visions of Sugar Plums dancing in my head. I did 5 minutes ago. Fantastic. Brent said, "Hi guys, so many kick-ass releases this year." Yeah, there was. Chris C, what's going on, man? Sydney saying, "Good evening." John Doe Juggalo, what's going on?
What's up, Jeff?
Hey, Jeff.
So
What's going on,
Majumbo,
Cat?
I'm looking forward to the show tonight. Yeah, man, it should be a fun one. What's going on, Johnny?
Hi, Johnny.
Johnny.
All the notes,
Oh,
magic hands. We got Tony. Corey,
I'm
what's
set
going
up
on?
behind you there, Brian, too. Looks like you got all set up pretty good so far. I see the U-Haul still behind you, but
Yeah, I
Yeah.
opted to do the Kinos over here instead of the arrows this time. So I got the arrows over here on this side.
damn. There you go.
Yeah, it's a lot of work,
How you
man.
stack. That's how you stack.
Collector Movie Man, what's going on? Adrian James.
yeah.
City Eubanks says Beverly Hills Cop 4 XOF only on Netflix. Have you all seen the trailer? I have seen the trailer. Very nostalgic for it. I'm excited about it, but I'm afraid it's going to be kind of coming to America. You know, you
Yeah,
want
I'm
it to
not
be good, but
getting
it's
too
just
hyped
going to
up
be
for
too
it.
little
His
too late.
streaming record is not great.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be closer to Beverly Hills Cop 3 than it will be 1.
Yeah.
If
I
we're
mean, it's good to
lucky,
get so many people to come back for it. You know, but
Yeah.
and you got Kevin Bacon's in it, I think.
Yeah, I probably just won't. I think it'll lack in substance.
Yeah. Caveman, what's
Guy?
going on?
Okay, man.
Dale, I'm hopeful we see a live Blumpkin on stream tonight.
Wow.
that's the Dead Pit channel you're looking for, dude.
I do that off cam.
Hagen K. Just got
So
done watching
Hagen-
One False Move. That's a good one.
Yeah, that's a good one.
I just picked that one up actually yesterday.
The Criterion, I think it's a
Yeah.
Criterion 4K, right?
Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah.
Brent, so I did pick up some of the ugly Disney steelbooks today because it didn't have the 4K disc. Ugly or not, it was $10. Yeah, I seen those. They're all $10, man. It's a good price.
Best
Yeah,
Buy
that's
looks like
great.
they're liquidating some stuff at least.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Tony's like, fuck.
Go.
I thought the same thing. I was like, you know, Tony's got all those. So Tony had to be going, damn it.
They all had to be handpicked though, so that they wouldn't be scrapped. And
That's
it's
right.
like,
Loose
I'm happy.
discs. Yeah.
They had a
Hey,
couple of
what's up,
Marvel
Coco?
ones for cheap too.
What's going on, Coco?
Hey,
Coco
Coco.
Trini, what's going on, man?
Training.
training.
Randy,
So, man,
Jerry, how you doing, man?
Gary, what's going on?
Jerry.
What's up, Jerry?
I said, look at all these awesome fellas. What's going on, Ellie?
Hey,
Allie, Allie.
Could have said handsome fellas.
Pick ever there.
You said handsome
She's
fellas.
on.
That would have been a lie.
Hey, Mello.
What's up?
Dale says Sausage Fest tonight. Yep.
Every night. Every time. Every time.
Miller says, I've had those days where I lay down for a nap and wake up hours later. I don't usually do it. Well, I do it more often the older I get. But, like I said, I don't usually do it that bad.
He ate a meal so he could take his back pill and then it was out for 5.
Something like that.
It's out for 5 hours.
Oh, this is Reese's stomach ache get well, Craig.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know it.
Joseph the Vlog Guy. I'm here. What is up? I'm new here. Well, welcome, man.
Hey, Joseph.
How's it going, Joseph?
All right. Damn Dirty Ape.
Okay.
How's it going, man?
Archive Blues is interested to see everyone's top choices. 2023 was thick.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't
It is
think
good.
it was our best year, but there was a lot of good stuff.
That was good.
Yeah.
You know,
Next
Bangers
year,
towards the end. Yeah.
next year could be even bigger. All the Cameron stuff coming to 4K, Terminator 40th anniversary.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
Yeah.
just I am a horror fan. Yeah, man.
You're
A lot
in
of
good
those in
company.
In the right
See ya,
place.
The Living Dead Arrow UK next year.
Yeah.
The Katana 65. What's going on? Try not to skip anybody here. Eddie,
Yeah, Eddie.
Eddie,
What's up, man?
Ken Carlson's in the house. What's going on, Ken?
They can.
Russell, what's up, Russell?
Russell.
Russ.
All right. A lot of haze back and forth. Joseph said, I'm a Halloween 4 fan. I love Halloween 5 of Daniel Harris films.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I like fun.
Reed, say hey to everybody.
So,
Yeah, Reed.
So, man.
Brent says, good news for online sellers on eBay, Macari, etc. The new $600 threshold for tax forms this year. It was changed again. Changed to no taxes if you went over $600.
Wow.
Well, that's good because I did. I sold more movies this year than I think I ever have.
shit, you already paid sales tax on once. What the fuck? Who
Right.
cares?
Joseph said, what do y'all think of Orphan 3?
Really?
Yeah, I enjoyed the first two.
I like the first two. I was surprised the second one was any good at all. So who
I
knows?
know. I wasn't.
Oh, three, okay.
When I seen the part 2 was coming out, I didn't have any hopes at all, but I really enjoyed part 2.
Same director and everything. So
It can be done.
good.
Yeah, Joseph, going to subscribe. Appreciate it. If
Oh, yeah, Joseph.
just let us know if you need any links. Because usually I link everybody down below, but in this case here, I didn't. But like I said, you can easily find these guys, and if you need help with this time, hit me up later. Or we'll get you to subscribe if you want to subscribe. Coco says, "Hey, Caveman, we enjoyed watching you and Reed have a live a little bit ago."
Yeah.
That's great intro by him. That was awesome. I have to admit, that was really good.
Ken says, Second Sight's TCM 4K and Arrow's Bruce Lee set are definitely in my top 5. Had to think about the other 3.
Uh-huh.
Riverman, what's going on?
Yo, Riverman.
What's up?
So, what do y'all think of the new Terrifier 3? We'll see.
Set on
Okay.
Christmas, comes out in October. Why not?
I need to know the runtime first.
Yeah,
Yeah, make sure it's not going to be less than 7 hours.
Right?
All I know is it comes out in October next year.
Yeah.
I'm ready for it.
I haven't seen it yet. That would be for 2. That may have been on my in my stack here.
Right.
You didn't hear
Well,
they're
music.
in Terrifier 3, like Dead Reckoning, going to be a part 1 and a part 2.
I bet it is. It'll be like Dune. It'll be a
You're right.
part 1 3 hours, part 2 3 hours.
Epic.
It's a bummer that Best Buy won't be physical media anymore. Yeah.
Yep.
You know,
Oh, yeah.
things change, man. Things change. It sucks, but it's what it is. Riverman said, Pops, when you selling me that Porno Holocaust Blu-ray, man, I'm not sure you're old enough to watch that, Riverman.
Let's see some ID.
Yeah, see your ID. Yeah, do y'all collect horror stuff?
Oh,
yeah, every once in a while.
A
Every once in
touch.
a while.
Too much.
About every week.
Yeah.
Everyone else has their backgrounds. I do not. Mine are more towards the right here.
All right, let's see how
Yeah,
this
my
is going.
parents won't let me collect that stuff.
Yeah.
All right, so I have no idea how to keep order here. I didn't have time to write all this shit down. So y'all gonna have
It's
to help
chaos.
me out.
There's
So I
no
get,
order here.
it's gonna be chaos. It's gonna be a clusterfuck.
Working
Tom,
chaos.
you're gonna go first. You popped up first, though. So what's your number 5?
Yeah,
Happy birthday.
I always win this spot. It's awesome.
Woo! Hollywood Squares.
We want to get off with we want to get off on a good foot. Plus, Tommy's not feeling well, so if he has to go early or something,
Right. Yeah, I'm feeling the greatest, but I was excited for the stream, so I had to just bite the bullet and fight my way through it. But I'll be all right.
You see that, Craig? You see that, Craig? That's called being a man.
Yeah, I don't care. I don't care how many
Perseverance.
Reese's I ate tonight. I'm here.
Woo!
But yeah, so let's get things rolling here. So thanks everybody for joining us as usual. We got a lot of people in here right now, and make sure you hit the like button down below, and there's officially hi to everybody in the chat here. I think there's or in the stream, I think there's a few of you I haven't really officially met, so good to meet you guys. And yeah, I was excited for this. I had a good time with this last year. So I'm glad Brad invited me here. This should be good. We definitely had another awesome year, and I think and just overall, what kind of stands out in my mind is I would say it was an awesome year for 4K. Like just lots of really 4K titles this year. So I'm definitely thankful for that. But kicking things off with my number 5 here. So I won't really talk about this movie a lot because this was one of my picks in our top 5 Stephen King thing that we did. But this was definitely on the list for titles I was hoping would come to 4K. So the Steelbook for The Mist.
Mm-hmm.
So overall, The Mist is one of my favorite films, and I was really happy to see it was coming to 4K, and obviously being Lionsgate. I was hoping we would get a really cool looking steelbook for it, and I'm really happy with this steelbook. I know I heard a few people don't really like it much, but I really do. Of course, you know, Lionsgate and their slip covers are always badass, but I like the look. It's like a cartoonish type look of everybody, you know, looking out of the store, and I'm really happy with this. You know, it's simple, but I definitely like it, and
The inside
hoping that
artwork
we
being
get something good.
show the inside artwork there with the the other side of the image, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, of course we got tons of discs in here, but yeah. So the outside is, you know, everybody looking out of the store, and then now it's from the inside of the store. So
Yeah.
I like the disc art with the meat too.
yeah, it's always a nice bonus when they do stuff with the disc for the disc art as well. But yeah, I really like this steelbook. I was happy with it, and I probably my favorite steelbook release of the year, I would say. But yeah, I really like it, and I definitely had to put this in my top 5. So I like the art on the slip too, but I like this one a little bit more. So yeah, that's my number 5.
Yeah, and you get the black and white versions on Blu-ray and 4K with that too. So
I watched the black and white version. I loved it. It looks great at 4K.
Yeah.
Yeah, I actually prefer it.
Yep, me too.
And then we also got the one exclusive slip cover. 2 different slip covers this year, right before the 4K got released.
That's right, we did it. Yep. I have one of those. Yeah. Pretty cool.
Good way to start it off, man.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Steve,
what you got, man?
Well, my number 5 is going to be Second Sight release. I just cracked this open, but
Nice.
I've been waiting on it to come down the pipe for a minute. They just had like a bare bones release. It was out of print for a long time. And then they released this year. I don't know. These guys are really good with like the rigid cases on the special editions. Some cool artwork. If you haven't seen the movie, it's worth checking out. It's a little disturbing, a little like eclectic. And a bunch of art cards, of course. But yeah, if you haven't seen it, it's worth checking out. They also have like just a regular edition that you can pick up too.
what did that run? The limited edition, what was it, about $40?
Yeah, it was just under $30 or under $40, I think. Well worth it if you like the movie.
Yeah, Second Sight was pretty consistent this year with releasing quite a few titles.
Yeah.
And also, like, with releasing titles that were long overdue, like Martin, May, what else? There's like a few other ones I can't think of right now.
The bare bones blue of May was going for like over $100 on eBay for a while, I think, before they finally released this.
It follows.
Wow. It follows, yeah.
Yeah. And they're gonna have a huge year next year for me.
I imagine
High tension.
High tension, the
If we ever get it.
Yeah.
Good choice, man. All right, Brad.
All right, well, this didn't make my list, but I feel like I have to bring it up anyway. I just got this in today, so I can't really say other than what I've seen in unboxings, but the 101 Black Label Memento.
Oh, yeah.
This is a boutique release. I've seen the unboxing. Alan fucking made a video of it, and next thing you know, I'm ordering it. This is what a boutique release should be. All these guys, all these labels should take note of this. All the stuff in here, it's not just fluff or bullshit or, it's like legitimate effort was put into this. And if I had time to run through it, I'm sure it would probably make my top 5. But if nobody mentions it, I think this is an incredible release for 2023.
Yeah.
But since I haven't seen it, I had to pick something else. And I picked the Crimes of the Future 4K from Second Sight. I only have the standard edition. I generally only buy those unless something like this comes along with that 101 Black Labels where it's like there's reason to own it. But yeah, Crimes of the Future. This release came out September 22nd. You get cast and crew interviews, a making of featurette, a David Cronenberg career featurette, all kinds of cast. Like I said, the cast and crew interviews. It's all basically a love letter to David Cronenberg. If you are a Cronenberg fan, you have to have it. And that the features are more. The movie is okay. I like it a little more kind of each time I watch it, but it's not the greatest movie. But if you're a Cronenberg fan, I think you have to own this. And the scan looks great. And that's the main thing is the features on it. I really enjoyed the bonus features of it. You get everybody in the cast and crew, all the stars, whatever. Viggo Mortensen gives his relationship with Cronenberg and how that's been and all that other stuff. But you basically get a Cronenberg documentary in there. I think it's about 40 minutes where it just goes through all his releases and what his career has been about and all that stuff. But yeah, for that reason alone, the bonus features, plus the movie's not so bad. I think the movie's kind of, lower end Cronenberg, but I do like it a lot. But yeah, Crimes of the Future 4K from Second Sight. There is a limited edition also available. I'm sure it's not sold out yet. It's probably around 40. I think this was 20. But yeah, give it a shot.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you there. I mean, at the same time, like Cronenberg's pushing like 80 years old, so this could be his last movie.
He has one more on the books. Yeah. Now he may expire between now and finishing the movie. Who knows? But yeah, it very well could be. This is not the first time a director's died in the middle of making a movie.
Yeah. Right.
All right, bro. Hey, new house there, man.
Yeah. So I got like 11 picks, top 5, and then like 6 honorable mentions. But the first number 5 is going to be The Burning for me.
Ooh, nice.
Probably definitely top 5 slasher movies of all time for me. This and Maniac are probably neck and neck with number 1. I don't know. I just love the scan on this. Looked amazing. Even though they're running new features on here, just the scan alone put it in the top 5 for me. I just love Cropsey. I love everything Tom Savini did with the role of Cropsey and everything, and all the effects that he did with that. And just one I always go back to. It's one I go back to like almost every summer. So yeah, Scream Factory knocked it out of the park with this one. I'm surprised that like Arrow or some other UK company didn't try to match another 4K with this one coming out, just like they do with like Carrie and all the other ones. But yeah, this is top tier slasher for me. So had to put number 4.
That scan is really good. Who does it say? Who did the scan on it?
Doesn't say. No. Probably scan.
I bet Arrow does do their own 4K down the road.
Yeah, but Arrow has a noted Scream Factory for doing their scans before too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You see that with difference.
With the House by the Cemetery 4K that I recently got, they credited Blue Underground for the scan.
Right.
Man, dude, that 4K is pricey right now. It's like up to like $35. What the fuck happened there?
What, The Burning?
Yeah.
Shit.
It's a good slasher. I love it, Brian. Yeah, I really
I
do.
can definitely see an Arrow putting out one of those big chunky box sets.
I'd like to see that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I grabbed this one for like $22 whenever Target did one of their buy two get one frees. I don't know. I never paid full price.
That's right.
It's always a scam with you.
Always.
I gotta get that, man. Like The Burning's definitely like it's definitely up there as like a slasher that I hold in high regard, like over the original Friday the 13th. So I gotta pick that up.
Yeah.
Definitely worth it.
Good choice, man. All right, Todd.
All right. Well, that's a good pick, Brian. I had several Scream Factories that didn't, I wanted to kind of put in the list, but didn't, So I got like my top 5. Then I got about 35 honorable mentions. Yeah, I went with one that just came out here recently, and that was the Monster Squad 4K. That came out from Kino.
Nice.
And a big part of this is really just the a lot of other picks gets into the packaging and stuff like that. This one was just like pure nostalgia. This is one of the most anticipated movies for me for the year, and it really didn't disappoint. I mean, it's a pretty solid pretty solid, release, pretty solid transfer on this one. And yeah, I mean, I don't know, man. This was a big part of my childhood.
Yeah.
Heck
Yeah, I picked that one up yesterday.
Very popular release.
Yeah.
I was trying to figure out why it was so much money, and then I didn't realize it had the Wolfman's Got Nards documentary disc on the inside, so that kind of makes sense why it's so pricey. But then it shot from like $33 to $50 back down to $33.
Yeah, because it kind of it was almost like sold out for a while.
Yeah,
I had a really hard time getting it, so I think people were jacking up the price.
Dropping it.
Yeah, people are probably still waiting. Like if they order it from Amazon, they're probably still waiting on this.
I ordered it directly from Kino, and of course, you know how they are sometimes.
I see Orbit like they keep posting that they got copies coming in.
Yeah.
So there are some going out.
Mark said he got a deal. He made a deal direct with Kino, so he buys direct from Kino now. So he gets straight from them. So I'm sure that's what it is.
Nice.
It's got another documentary on there too. It's got 2 documentaries.
Right.
Why am I still the big picture here? You're turning on all the labels.
Just gonna keep it on this rest of the screen.
That's what I had to say. Let's move on.
So my number 5 pick is a Netflix film that came out. It was released on physical media back in March, and it's All Quiet on the Western Front. And what I like about this, first of all, I do love a really good war movie, and this is a World War I movie. And what I like about this release is the fact that they did a really nice media book for this. And we don't hardly ever get any really good media books here in the United States. So I like that they did something different with it. It's a really good film. It's 4K, and it's a Netflix film. So to me, I think that's great. I would love to see more Netflix films that are good, actually get a good physical media release. And I would love to see more media books released in the U.S. So that's my number 5 pick. If y'all haven't,
definitely agree with you.
Check it out. It's good.
Yeah, I've heard some great things about it, man. I want to pick it up.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you about the digipacks. I wish we would get more media books and digipacks in the United States.
Yeah.
So
Don't
Brad
put
loves
that evil out in the world. Don't put that message out there.
I just like the artwork we get on some of those media books. And
Yeah,
digipacks.
some of them are. Todd is like, he has like 1 billion media books over there. They have great artwork. That's not the issue. The issue is that they're fucking trash. And they fall apart and they're junk. But the artwork is great.
Take care of it. Take care of it.
them.
Yeah, I've never had any fall apart. What are you doing with yours, Brad?
Yeah.
Throwing shit in totes.
I mean, you got to figure like with like media books and digipacks, somebody is getting a fucked up one at some point. It's just gonna happen.
Yeah.
Somebody's gonna get a fucked up one.
Well, and here I have a steel book digipack.
Media book, steel book.
Or digibook.
Yeah.
Steel book, digibook.
That is a cool release.
Best of both worlds.
Yeah, it's a really unique release.
That's pretty nice.
Is that the only one? Have we ever had a steel book with a media book inside like that?
I
Nope,
think this.
that's the
I'm
first
pretty sure
one.
this
I
is
think
the
that's
first.
101.
This is the first one I've ever seen. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I regret
Yeah.
sleeping on that thing. I didn't like the artwork on it, and I was like, I'm gonna pay us up on it. And I'm like, fuck, I didn't know about all that shit on the inside.
Right. Yeah.
It's
I
got
mean,
the
it
full
really
story
is.
on the inside.
I love it. And the only reason I was able to get this was Allie actually got me the last one at her local Best Buy. I waited on it too, but there was one left, and she bought it for me and sent it to me, and now it's going for upwards of like $130.
Yeah, it was hard to get.
Yeah.
Yeah, I regret that, man.
But Sleepy Hollow 4K, love the movie. This looks fantastic on 4K.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like
really does.
mind-blowing. Yeah, mind-blowingly good. I mean, you would never know. Like, I mean, if you compare this to the old Blu-ray or DVD or anything, I mean, you're just doing yourself a disservice not getting this 4K if you love the movie. Now, it is lacking on special features. It's only got a handful of special features. It's got a commentary by Tim Burton behind the legends and reflections on Sleepy Hollow. But I will say that the behind the scenes stuff, which is all archival, so it's all while the movie was when it just came out back then in '99. But it's all really good stuff. I mean, you get to listen to Tim Burton talk about the film, Casper Van Dien, everybody that was, Christina Ricci, Johnny Depp, everyone that was involved with it. So that's cool. And you get some funny stories. Casper Van Dien tells a story about how he was fighting the Headless Horseman, and the Headless Horseman kept whacking his hand as they were fighting, because accidents happen. And he busted up his fingers, Casper Van Dien's fingers, so bad. But he fought through it because he didn't want to get replaced, for the role. So he fought through it and he just pretended oh, I'm good, I'm okay. But really his hand was really jacked up after that.
You hear a lot of stories.
And then you get to learn about the animatronic horse that they use, which is really cool.
Okay.
And just the place where they shot everything, it just looks so amazing. It's Sleepy Hollow feels like a real place. And that's the magic of Tim Burton, in my opinion. So, yeah,
it's a really good looking film.
So solid release, great scan, and the features are old, but they are very good. So definitely check this one out.
Yeah, I regret sleeping on that thing because Sleepy Hollow is up there as one of my favorite Burton films.
Give it a minute; they'll reprint it. They just reprinted they just announced I think 3 or 4 more that they're reprinting. So
yeah, Sony seems to be the one that does that the most. They reprint they have their limited edition reprints for their steel.
Yeah, limited edition reprint.
I hope you're right, because if I do find that again, I'm jumping on it right away, regardless of what the price is.
This is a Paramount release, though, so I don't know. I don't think they're known for reprinting their stuff, but Sony is.
Yeah. They won't say first pressing on there, Anthony.
Oh, no.
I know.
No, you gotta have that. Gotta have that.
That's everything.
I mean, I can always settle for the standard 4K and live with that, so it's whatever.
Definitely own it. That's the most
important. It's worth owning. It looks really good.
All right. I'm up. All right. Are we doing honorable mentions last or something?
I don't know. We'll see how long it goes.
Brad did one first.
All right.
Yeah.
I only have one honorable mention here, so I'm just going to mention it real quick. And I just bought this recently, a couple of days ago, but I watched it last night. I haven't seen this movie in years, and I was just really surprised at how well this looked in 4K, and that's The Others.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
I've never owned this movie at all. I've always been on the fence about it, but I just went and bought it, said, fuck it, I'm just going to buy it. I bought a bunch of other Criterions that I'm not going to show here, but I put on the Blu-ray and I was just really stunned at how well it looked. I watched the 4K. Never mind. I'm sorry. I watched the actual 4K. This is the 4K Blu-ray, but just really jumping off of the screen. I was really surprised at how well that looked. But yeah, coming in at number 5 for me is, this was a top pick for me when we did the top 5 Stephen King adaptations, and this 4K just looks amazing. The colors just really jump off of the screen, and it's up there as one of my favorite horror films in general, and that's the Scream Factory release for Creepshow.
Nice. I have that.
Yeah. I mean, as soon as I got this, I watched it, and then the next night, I'm like, what am I watching tonight? I'm like, you know what? I want to watch Creepshow again because it looks so fucking good. And it's up there as one of my favorite films of all time, and I don't think there's really much new features on this. No, there's really no new features on it. But yeah, I've always held this film in high regard, and at the same time, it's really responsible for getting me into other films in the horror genre. And that film just looks amazing on 4K. And I'm probably not the person to really talk about Scream Factory stuff. I will shit on their stuff all day because it is what it is. But they did a great job with that one.
Yeah, they did a good job with the last Creepshow release they did too.
Yeah, that box set they did.
Yeah.
That what they came with the booklet or whatever, like that.
Yeah.
I think that might have had a 4K scan, but that even looked great on Blu-ray. But
yeah,
those comic book colors really jump off of the screen, and it's such a big movie for me. Like every time I watch it, it's almost like watching it for the first time again. Like that's how important the movie is to me.
I'm a slight fan of Scream Factory. I think everybody knows. But welcome to the channel, Sean. Welcome to the channel. Come on my channel, shit on Scream Factory. It's like me jumping on your channel and shitting on what is it? Is it Texas Chainsaw or Dawn of the Dead? I think it's Dawn of the
Oh,
Dead you're a
yeah.
big fan of, right?
Yeah, yeah,
But yeah, fuck Scream Factory, but everybody buys their titles. So
yeah. I know. But no, here's like real quick though. Like now that I realize
finish this
how
conversation.
bad they've been getting, like they've been getting so bad that now that when they release stuff, I'm hesitant to jump on it right away. I'm gonna wait to hear about all the
Right.
bullshit, and then I'm gonna
Yeah.
jump.
Yeah.
Oh,
It
yeah, they
is
do have a
best
lot
to
of problems, but they got the titles, man. They get
They
all the
got
fucking
the
titles.
licenses still.
You know?
Yeah, that's what I mean. Still licenses.
But you're right, man. They do have a lot of issues, no doubt.
So I thank Brad again for inviting me back on here. We talked about this a couple weeks ago, right? And yeah, so I had to go a little bit quickly. So I'll do an honorable mention real quick. Of course, this is going to pop up Friday the 13th. 4K, the re-release 4K Steelbook, just with the new sexy slip on here. Same transfer, 4K transfer. People seem to shit on it being too black and stuff like that. I don't care. Or too dark and stuff like that. It adds to the terror for me. It's my all-time favorite slasher. So just a quick shout out for that release. Always cool to get it. Of course, I'm gonna quadruple dip on that. When Severin released this, I was impressed because they did the psychic correctly. So they did this better than they did the whole debacle with the 4 Flies on Gray Velvet. So you actually get a side loader with this. It's a very good release. I like it. It's more thriller than it is giallo. There is a scene at the start of this film that's very reminiscent of Don't Torture a Duckling. But yeah, it's a thriller. Follows this woman who's married to this very wealthy man. He gets accused of murder. They find a skull and bones in this wall. Fulci seems to like to do this. Other people like to do this, put bodies in walls and stuff like that. So it's a good thriller. It's a whodunit type of a thing. This was a very good release by Severin. They're my boutique label of the year. People shit on them, rightfully so. But they do good transfers. I could have put this. I could have put Nightmare in a Damaged Brain. That was a very good release by them.
Nightmare's a great release.
Yeah, I love it a lot. Maniac 2, just for what they did with that. The Last Horror Show, just for what they did with that and everything else too. Yeah, that's the Psychic. Love it a lot. It's a good film.
Nice, man.
I feel like the Psychic might have inspired Fulci to make the Black Cat. I could be
Right.
wrong about that, but I
Might be
feel
right.
like the similarities are there.
Mm-hmm. It's very high prevalent in that film.
All right, my number 5. I was super excited when this was getting to 4K. It's one of my favorite movies growing up. I watched this thing in theaters. I watched it a million times, and that's going to be the 4K of Young Guns. And I did
I
pull
saw that
Tony on this. I
recently.
grabbed both. But
Damn.
my release of the year is going to be the 4K. So first off, you get this fantastic slipcover, and the steelbook looks amazing.
Damn.
But all that played into making my top 5. You also get these badass cards on the inside.
Oh,
fuck,
dude!
So, it's the big ass playing cards like back in the day.
That's great.
That's pretty cool.
That's very good.
Might have to go back to Best Buy tomorrow.
Even though as good as this release looks, as much as I like the release, this movie looks and more importantly sounds fucking fantastic. I watched it the day I got it in, and it was like watching it for the first time. The Dolby Atmos track on this is unbelievable. The film holds up for me. Part 2 is as good or not better, and I'm hoping next year we get a part 2 to this. And I really hope that the rumors of part 3 it finally happens. They've been talking about it for years.
Yeah.
But this year had everything. It was a great looking release. It looked great. It sounded great. Had to make the top 5. It probably should have been a little bit higher, but just got it in. I'm pretty happy with my 4 above this, but it definitely had to make the top 5. Love the movie. Was very excited about this coming out. Definitely one of the best releases of the year.
Great pick,
in my
man.
opinion.
That's a good looking steelbook there.
Yeah.
Look at that.
And man, when I opened it up and I seen these cards, like, man, that's a great touch.
Yeah,
really
good.
It was awesome.
Yeah, I hope we get part 2. I like part 2 better.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't realize how well the inside actual artwork on the steelbook looks. Like with that gold and red right there, like blending into it, that looks really nice.
Yeah, man, they did a fantastic job on it, and I got a feeling we'll get a release like this for part 2 next year. Because really, part 2 I think is more popular than part 1. You got the Bon Jovi song.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people may know part 2 better. So I feel pretty confident we'll get a part 2 next year.
Does Lionsgate have part 2? I never checked.
Not sure.
I don't know, but
Somebody has
it's
it.
currently very expensive to purchase.
Huh.
Part 2.
There's an Umbrella 2-pack though.
Yeah, there is no slip.
Or like a foreign
Yeah.
release you can
I've
pick
seen
up pretty cheap if you
Yeah.
got a player.
Is
So
it
go ahead and
4K?
hate Spicoli. All right, I'm not sure what Russell's talking about there.
What else is new?
Reese, any bets on how long the stream goes? Hey man, first round went pretty quick, man.
3 hours.
My guess was 3 hours when we put it together. About 3 hours. We'll see. Well, you got somewhere you got to be. Alex says the legend that is Tommy Starr is up first.
Tommy's a fan
Absolutely.
favorite every time. It's like
Yep.
you just don't get Tommy for every stream. Everybody should know that. So
I know.
this is one of the easiest streams to put together ever. Everybody was a yes, like immediately.
Yeah, never happened all that before.
A great way to just kind of wrap up the year.
Yeah. And I know Tommy gets all the major boutique releases when they come out. I know he really likes his stuff. It's a no-brainer. Tommy, Tony, Brian, Todd, all these guys that buy most of the major releases is a no-brainer.
Yeah. John Doe says 3 hours, 25 minutes. There you go. Just also smash that like button. Appreciate it, man. Scolder, what's going on?
Hey, sister.
Movie Hunter 2020. I love that Myth Steelbook. Yeah, man. It was a great one. All right. Jason said, I have a question. I subscribe to this guy named I Like Scary. His channel is awesome. He loves horror and stuff. He also does filming locations. He does horror Comic-Con, so show him support. All right.
Cool. Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, it's a solid channel.
A lot of haze going on. Mel Mutant says, I'm digging this out of art. I don't know which one.
Probably the Mist.
Probably the
Yeah.
Mist.
Probably. Alex says, also picked Tommy. I love that steelbook for the Mist ever since it was first announced.
Yeah.
Such a happy ending.
Ending made that movie for me.
Gizmo saying, hey to everybody, what's going on, Gizmo?
Fun for the whole family.
And he says, my number 5 is The Truman Show, 4K. Definitely Jim Carrey's best dramatic performance. Hope we get more Jim Carrey movies on 4K.
Great pick, man.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah, it was a
Yeah.
good one.
Yeah, that was definitely a good one.
I'm saying, hey to Gizmo. Cinema Jimbo says, top 5 Psycho box set, Bruce Lee box set, The Wicker Man Studio Canal box, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, second set, Laurel and Hardy Year 1, 1927 from Flicker
Whoa.
Alley.
Wow.
Many great discs this year.
Yeah. Good choices, man.
The Wicker Man. Yeah. Got
That
the
Wicker
steelbook.
Man set's kind of ridiculous. There's a lot of stuff in that.
I missed out on that Wicker Man steelbook. I'm still kicking my ass, kicking myself in the ass for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that Memento set is pretty cool. Yeah, man. Great release.
It really is.
Damn Alan for making that video. All right, I never even known about it.
Actually, I showed that on a live stream. I never actually made a video for that. I don't think I ever.
That's right,
I
you
don't think I
did.
ever did an unboxing. I was
It
going
was
to.
It was like never ending. He kept pulling shit out. Like, oh, here's here's
Yeah.
Polaroid from the
Here's
movie.
that.
Here's
Yeah.
this.
I showed it on a live stream one night. We were doing a live stream, but yeah, man, it's I think it's the best thing 1-in-1 Black Label's ever done.
Yeah, it's
Sure.
better than all the other one. They're usually not that good.
Yeah.
Usually they're kind of average. That thing is loaded.
They're run of the mill for the most part. But,
Yeah.
yeah, they went over the top for that one. All right, sorry, y'all get through a lot of haze here. What Johnny's watching, already looking up that Memento set. Yeah.
There you go.
Wow.
I didn't realize that steelbook went for so much. The Wicker Man.
Well, there's two
Those-
steelbooks. There's a Studio Canal steelbook that's expensive, and there's a Best Buy Wicker Man steelbook
Steelbook.
that was cheaper, I thought.
Yeah, the best. It's going for 50. The Best Buy right now.
Oh, damn.
Wow.
Yeah, I
That's
want
nice
that thing
figure.
bad.
Yeah. I love that steelbook. That's really pretty. It's really nice. That one just has the final cut on it, like the Blu-ray before it.
Yeah.
Yeah, Joe said check out the Scout Taylor Compton new horror movie.
All the creatures were stirring.
Oh, okay.
And also Dan Harris got a new horror movie called Stream.
You look very impressed to see that there, Sean.
No, never mind.
Tiana loves movies. What's going on?
Yeah.
Tatiana.
Yeah.
This chat is going off. Ken says y'all will probably see an Era 4K edition of The Burning, especially with their new MGM deal.
Oh,
Yeah. I hope we do.
There seems to be a lot of Scream Factory stuff that's coming out on 4K at Arrow afterwards, Region B.
Right.
I mean, if that's 100% right, then why would they not release The Burning? Like, they're going to release an epic set now. You know it's going to come.
Probably.
doing it for Child's Play. I mean, they're doing it for Child's Play, except for it's the first one's Blu-ray.
Hard copy blues. I was pleasantly surprised by. I always say it's not existence. How do you say that?
Existence.
Existence.
Yeah. I thought people that say that say forehead instead of forehead.
Just call it that.
I
Some people say water instead of water.
Anyway. But David always lands for me, and that lukewarm reception for crimes will keep me holding off.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Dale says this guy only buys the standard 4K of second sight releases. Guess he's not a true collector of a film fan. What a virgin. Or somebody who likes to save money.
Right.
Hook says my number 5 is The Burning. Also, most it was like shot 10 miles from my house.
Oh wow.
10 minutes.
Nice.
That's cool.
Everybody saying hey again to everybody. What's Johnny watching? And Tiana, see you got extra exclamation points. You really
Later, Dale. Fuck your mother while you're at it.
God.
Wilkes says All Quiet on the Western Front is great, but a depressing watch. Gizmo says, yeah, had a good way to create war films. I'll check out the original. It's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
And I heard that transfer looked fantastic too. I seen somebody talking about it on the video the other night. John Doe says, just sub to Sean. Nice to meet you. Appreciate it, man.
Okay.
Gizmo says, Tony, I think Netflix will be going hard on physical through sales agents. They already had 8 releases this year. Last year, I only know about 1 release, so it looks like we get more.
Yeah.
Yeah, they've been putting out a lot of stuff now.
And John Doe's a fan of the Young Guns.
Hopefully,
I've never seen Young Guns. That one is tempting, man. You need to check it out, man. It's a
Jack
good one.
Palance, right?
Look.
He's in that one.
Yeah, the good thing about that right there is when that movie came out in the 80s, Westerns were dead. And I watched a lot of the special features. There were some good special features on there, by the way. And they said this movie here, when they first brought it to the studio, they're like, really, Westerns ain't gonna make any money. And he's like, look, I have an idea. You got the Brat Pack, whatever, from the 80s. Let's just bring all them fuckers in and throw them in a Western. And it fucking went crazy, man. Made a ton of money.
Get Bon Jovi on the soundtrack.
Yeah. Yeah, Miller said I really enjoy the Young Guns movies. Young Guns 3, they all died in part 2. Nah, man. The rumor is Bill the Kid that died in like 1930s. So watch part 2.
Because I think they just explained what happened to him at the end of the film.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And plus, there's all different kind of stories you could go into that they didn't even cover in the movies.
Right. Right.
So you never know, it'll be a prequel or whatever.
Well, the timeline with the movies is all screwed up. I mean,
It is.
Yeah, I mean, it's not historically accurate by no means, you know. But
no, Doc never died. He died of old age.
Right.
Anybody see Old Henry that came out a couple of years ago?
Yeah. It was good.
I keep meaning to check that out.
Yeah, I haven't checked it out
Anybody
yet
that
either.
all right, well, anybody who's like a fan of Billy the Kid or even Young Guns, this would be like a cool piece to that.
Huh.
Yeah.
But
I got it sitting on the shelf. I grabbed it. I hadn't watched it yet.
I
I think
highly
it's 4K,
recommend
though. I
it,
think
Pops.
it's 4K.
Oh yeah, Old Henry. Yeah.
Johnny
let's
was
see.
recommending that. I know Johnny loved it.
Yeah.
Tim Blake Nelson, I think. It's the he's in fucking everything.
I think
Mostly
it's that
like
guy from
Coen
Brother
Brother
Rock there, I
movies.
think. Reserves.
But yeah, if you're a fan of those, like anything Billy the Kid related,
Mm-hmm.
I would check this out.
Oh yeah.
I'll check it out, man.
Oh, yeah.
I've had it on my shelf for quite a while. I ain't got around to it. All right. Johnny just subbed to Sean. Liking what I see from him. Good deal. Jetstream, what's going on?
Hey, Jet.
All right, I'm going to mark it right there, and we're going to move on. No, I'm not. Hold on.
Ding.
That was funny. It said new comments, but it wouldn't let me scroll down. All right. Old Henry was really nice. All right, we're going to stop right there. Whew. All right. So, Tommy, what you got for your number 4, buddy?
All right. So I am going with Arrow UK's Quartet of Torment.
Mm.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
So this is a great set. I'm fortunate to have this. I was late to the game in ordering it. I don't know what happened, but I jumped on a few websites, Orbit, Diabolic, and it was just sold out every time I went on there. And I finally went back on Orbit one day and it was back in stock. So I was really happy I was able to get it. I think it's a really, really cool looking set. I like the art. Obviously, I still have my Scarlet box from Arrow, and definitely won't get rid of that. But I think art-wise and just overall presentation of it, I think I like it a little bit better. And I was pleasantly surprised when I found out that it was going to be all, the first 4, where Scarlet was just the first 3, because I actually like the first 4 movies. Anything beyond, I could care less for them, but I know 4 is kind of one of those hit or miss for people. A lot of people hate it, a lot of people like it.
I love Bloodlines.
It's
I love Bloodlines too.
But it is a good one, and I thought that was kind of cool. This set now, and of course, this is all 4K, which is awesome. But I would say, like, contents wise, Scarlet Box, it had, probably a little bit better with the contents, but art wise and everything, I like this one a little bit better. But you do get a really big, thick booklet, hardcover booklet. Got some cool art on it, so that's kind of neat. And then here's your discs. Just has a little slip cover here, and it's got cool art. But I think, like, if I remember right, I haven't opened it up in a while, the Scarlet Box, but didn't they have like a bunch of like these like different art cards for the different characters or something from the Scarlet Box? I don't know, I can't remember, but I do remember opening it up for the first time when I got it, and I thought it was really cool, everything that came with it. But either way, we got the first 4 Hellraiser films on 4K now, which is awesome. So I'm really happy I was able to get this set, because it's a gorgeous set, and I like the design of the box.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of cool. But yeah, really happy I was able to finally get this. I still haven't gotten the Psycho box set. I definitely want to pick that one up, but I'm happy I got this one.
Yeah, you may be the only one that has the Scarlet Box. I don't hear anybody else talking about it.
Yeah.
It's a really good looking set. All right. And of course, my number 4, another Second Sight release. I don't know. Some people really like this movie. Some people really hate this movie. I think it kind of falls apart at the end, but I love the way this film looks, the way it sounds. Like the score, Disaster Piece, sounds really good in this release.
It does.
The picture looks really good, like it in like a drab, like Detroit setting, like the little splashes of color that you get, they look really good in this piece right here. And it comes, I don't know if you're into reading, comes with this heavy ass book. But yeah, that's my number 4.
I need to see that movie again. I only seen it one time. I was like so about it, like 50-50 on it, but I really need to see it again to have a better opinion of it.
I just really like the look.
For me, every time I watch it, I like it a little more. It's definitely one of those movies.
I've seen it a couple times. I do like it. It has grown on me like that. It's kind of slow burn type of horror, and I like those. So yeah.
I do
interested
like
to see what they do with the sequel.
I like the look a lot too, and it does that really lend well to 4K. I think the way you shot it and everything.
Yeah.
It really paints Detroit, accurately. It's not all ghetto. It's not all, there is family neighborhoods there. There's also affluent neighborhoods. But anyway, the 4th one here, It's the Infinity Pool 4K Steelbook from Neon. This came out August 29th. Great looking Steelbook. Cool, glossy image on the back there. It's a Brandon Cronenberg film.
Yeah.
This inside artwork.
Yo. Wow.
But as far as features, doesn't have the best features. Has a hell of a lot more than the Blu-ray release, that's for sure, or the Studio 4K. You get a commentary with the writer director Brandon Cronenberg, which that's interesting alone. You get a kind of pathetic making of featurette. It's only about 10 minutes, but it is pretty informative. But you do get multiple FX, featurettes. So you can see Brandon Cronenberg uses practical effects exclusively. So you get to see the effects and how they did it. That's pretty cool. You get some Mia Goth, Skarsgård interviews, stuff like that. But this Steelbook's still available. It's $26 on Amazon. If you missed it, I recommend grabbing it. This is the best release of the movie. As far as the movie goes, it's not going to be for everybody.
Mm-mm.
I know Tony loved this movie a lot.
Yeah.
It's violent. It's there's a lot of nudity. It's disgusting in parts. It's it's bizarre. It's the Cronenberg, the chip right off the old block kind of stuff. But yeah, like I said, I don't have much to say about it. This is a great little Steelbook, inexpensive. Like I said, around $27, $26. You still get it. I'd recommend ordering two. Just send one back because it's probably going to come smashed if you're going to order from Amazon. But really like the movie, and one of the best of the year for me as far as the movies go.
Oh yeah,
That's a nice Steelbook. That's a pretty good price for that too. That's nice.
Yeah.
That's a very fair price overall.
Yeah.
Well, there is no digital code, and it's just the 4K disc, so save you a little money that way, I guess.
Yeah, and by the way, I did not like that movie.
Maybe it's the
There's
best
a lot
of the 80s Tony that liked it. Could be him.
I kind of enjoyed it. I have that Steelbook. It is a good looking release.
I have the Blu-ray. I still need to watch it.
Brad, didn't you say that the Steelbook is the uncut version? Like the
It's the
Blu-ray?
uncut version, yes. It's the uncircumcised cut.
Okay then.
All right, so my number 4 is from 88 Films, and I think they've been blowing it out of the park lately with their 4Ks and stuff. This company is very underrated, I feel like, compared to like Arrow Video and whatnot. But it's going to be Burial Ground.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
The scan looks awesome. Devin Whitehead, who does a lot of the Screen Factory artwork and Cavity Color stuff, did the artwork for some of these 4Ks. So the cover looks badass. The slipcover is really it's like a really thick material. It's not just like a piece of cardboard. Probably cardboard. It's thicker cardboard.
Yeah.
You got the original art there. This thing's like part of the Italian collection, but it comes with like a pretty sizable poster as well. It's pretty cool. So you got like the full fucking poster too, and a nice booklet, 2 discs. The scan looks awesome. If you like this movie, if you like seeing that kid, sucking on his mom's nipple. I love the slow zombies, so this one's knocking it out of the park for me. I love this. I like this just as much as Lucio Fulci's Zombie. It's right up there with that for me.
I've heard really good things about it. Yeah.
Bold statement.
And this kills the old school Severin Films scan that I had on Blu-ray. So
Okay.
really happy with this one.
Now, is that slipcover? Is that like a glossy material to it?
Yeah, it's glossy, man.
Yeah, I figured that. It looked like it. I just wasn't sure.
And it sells pretty reasonably from Orbit too.
It's like 18 for the 4K, something like that.
No, it was
19?
like 25.
Maybe 25. Okay.
Yeah.
Still not bad.
I keep hearing good things about that transfer, though. You're not the only one that's speaking highly of it.
Yeah.
All right. With my number 4 pick, I think 2023 was the year of Megan. So I got the 4K Steelbook here. The movie came out in theaters on January 7th. Then you had, the unrated cut that came out right after that, on streaming and the Blu-ray.
Yeah.
And then she was like, Amy Donald was like huge in the convention circuit. All the autograph hounds had to get her autograph. Tooney Terrors did a figure for Megan, and then the 4Ks started to roll out. You had the regular one, then you had the Steelbook. It just seemed like for a movie that came out in January, it seemed like people were talking about it all year long. And then of course they announced that they're going to do a sequel, and this Steelbook's pretty cool. It it's supposed to kind of look like packaging, I guess. They got
for the doll, yeah.
on
Dude,
the
that
inside
is
and
that
everything.
is super nice, man. I didn't even know that thing existed.
Yeah. And then the cover's kind of like the it's supposed to be kind of like a doll
Shoes
case
or
too.
something, yeah.
But yeah, it was a fun movie, and people talked about it a lot. I know a ton of kids went and seen it, so it was a really good gateway kind of
Entry level horror, yeah.
movie for kids to check out horror and stuff. So yeah, it was a good release, and I had a lot of fun with it. Look forward to a sequel sometime.
Wonder how long it's going to be before they put Chucky with her.
That's what I mean. It's the same universe. Yeah.
That's probably gonna happen too, man.
The
Fuck
remake,
my life.
it'll be the remake good guy doll, or the remake buddy doll versus
Buddy.
Yeah. Once they make about 6 Megans, it'll be one last cash grab.
Yeah.
Throw all that together. I can see that
Buddy
happen.
versus Megan.
Or
Wasn't
Leprechaun.
the director of that film was known for saying, I guess, if it was the dance scene that you saw in the trailer that probably just skyrocketed people to see that film. I mean, I think the director said if he didn't put that in there, people wouldn't go see it.
I know the trailer. It was that, and it was when she started running on all fours. That's what got me in the trailer.
I want to see Megan versus Dolly Dearest.
There you go.
Oh, yeah.
Well, the movie I'm going to talk about for the release is the Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Oh,
Yeah. Somebody finally mentioned it.
This is the second site release, which came out in April. So Hardbox, I don't open any of my second site stuff. So what I want to do is I want to talk about the release that came out in February of the Steelbook release.
Mm-hmm.
Really nice, clean, white
Yeah.
Steelbook. Great.
Can't beat the original
4K.
artwork.
Inside, we have the dinner table scene. We have 2 discs. We have the feature film and a bonus disc. And it also comes with poster with the original artwork and then, of course, the new artwork.
Nice.
I love the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I'm glad that it got some great treatments. Like I said, we got the Steelbook, we got the second sight, and we got a really nice slipcover edition also. So that would be my number 4 pick.
And Tony, I always knew your background was a green screen. Nobody's got a movie room that nice. It's not realistic.
The whole time.
that's cool the way the light reflects off the black like that, though. That's funny.
I'm glad that
Where did you get those pictures at?
It Tony lives in a 1-bedroom studio apartment.
Yeah.
Same background.
Actually, I'm homeless. I live outside.
He's homeless. Yeah.
I'm in a tent. I'm in a tent.
Shed.
Good
Yeah,
point, Tony.
For my next one,
Dude, what shirt are you wearing, Anthony? What shirt are you wearing? What is it? All right, I had a
man,
feeling
I
it was a vacation. I had a feeling it was Christmas vacation.
I like it.
oh yeah, man, look,
Iconic.
Griswold action. For my next one, remarkable boy, I do admire your courage. I think I'll eat your heart. Red Dragon.
Oh, nice.
Okay. Wow.
Red Dragon 4K.
Yeah, it's a great one.
Yeah, this is an amazing looking 4K. I mean, it really is. Once again, just blows the old Blu-ray DVD like right out of the water.
Yeah, those Kino releases look really good.
Absolutely, and this thing is loaded with special features. Like there are 8 featurettes. There's an audio commentary with Brett Ratner and screenwriter Ted Talley, which was good. I listened to that. It was fun. Brett Ratner's got a really engaging personality. He keeps the conversation flowing and everything. Isolated score with audio commentary by composer Danny Elfman. Solid. Storyboard to final film comparison. Brett Ratner's student film. So you even get a student film in here. You get 7 deleted scenes, 4 alternate scenes, and 3 extended scenes, and a theatrical trailer. And I will say, A Director's Journey, the documentary that's on here, is excellent. a cameraman just follows Brett Ratner and the whole cast and crew through the entire filmmaking process from beginning to end for Red Dragon. And it's excellent. You get to see Edward Norton and Ray Fiennes, you know, messing with each other, doing all this stuff, like, you know, getting into character. You get Anthony Hopkins getting into character, you know, coming back for this third entry for Hannibal Lecter. And yeah, it's just really cool. You get to see him, you know, build all the sets. There's like a scene where, you know, they blow up a house, you know, which they actually did, you know, so you need to make sure you film that perfectly because you only get one shot at it when you're blowing up the entire house. And, you know, there's a scene where, you know, the house is on fire and there's a couple characters in there and it's really like on fire. It's a controlled fire scenario.
Right.
They do have some control over it, but at the end of the day, you're in a house that's burning. You know, there's fire all over. And Ray Fiennes is just like, Jesus, God, this is like, because it's really burning him. You know, he's like, so they had to like cut a few times just because the actors involved in the scene were really getting burnt. So it's it's pretty entertaining. But I love Hannibal Lecter. He's one of my favorite, you know, horror villains of all time. You know, Anthony Hopkins is great in this. Sir Anthony Hopkins.
He is really good at that. Yeah.
And you know, I love him in all the movies. Silence of the Lambs, Hannibal.
He was born to play that role, man.
Yeah, man.
And
He's even impressive in Hannibal Rising too, which most people hate that movie.
the character. Yeah, the guy who Hannibal Rising's a good one. That's a good
Hannibal
one.
Rising
Very
should
underrated.
be-
Brad put me on to Hannibal Rising.
Yeah.
It was excellent. Yeah, especially
guys have
making that movie. He's a real creepy. But yeah, Red Dragon, definitely pick up this release. Looks amazing. Sounds great. So pick up this Kino Lorber for Red Dragon 4K.
Cool that Kino's giving us all these Hannibal films on 4K.
Mhm.
Yeah, I bet Manhunter will be eventually, and then
Yes.
Hannibal Rising probably too.
Do you guys have like
is under Lionsgate, I
preference?
thought.
Kino does good on 4Ks, man. They got great transfers, but God, their slips suck.
Yeah,
Yeah, and it would have been nice to get some different
Reverse art.
insert art. It's the same insert art. It would have been a nice touch to get a little bit of different artwork.
It's about as cheap as a slip cover can get.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I agree with you. Man. When it comes to packaging, it's
Yeah,
not
but you know, it
really
keeps the
fair.
prices down, man.
price point.
Right.
Good.
But this
Process
was only
down.
The slips are
18.
identical to Scream Factory. They're very thin and flimsy. They're same thing as Scream Factory.
Yeah,
Yeah, they know vinegar syndrome.
But for $18 for 4K and a Blu-ray with new restorations and everything, and all these special features, it's definitely worth picking up.
Oh, God, yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And if it doesn't come with a slip, I'm still upset.
Oh, absolutely. Especially this is a
I'm with you,
brand
Tony.
new release.
I'm with you, man.
Yeah.
I don't live that life anymore with the slips, thank God. I've been liberated.
he's clean.
I can
I'm gonna deal with that shit anymore, thank God.
You want to wait a
All right,
quarter
coming in at number 4. Coming in at number 4 for me. This was briefly mentioned here. One of you guys mentioned this quickly. I think it might have been Chris C, but this is one release that I really regret putting out the money for, but it was one of those situations where the FOMO was kicking in. Like, do I jump on this now or do I regret it later? And I already had it in my collection too, so I don't even know why I just like jumped on it immediately. But yeah, this is from Severn Films, and this is a Nightmare.
Oh yeah. It's a good
Yeah.
movie.
I still got
I mean, I'm like I said, I'm not too crazy about the money I put out for that thing, which is why I'm hesitant to buy a lot of things from Severn, even though Severn does an excellent job with everything they do. It's just their price point is fucking me up. That's the problem with them.
Yep.
But other than that, like I really do feel like the 4K on that it's worthy of the 4K upgrade and everything. And like I have the Code Red DVD, and it came with 3 different prints of the film. You get this Grindhouse print with all this specs throughout it, with like green colors throughout the specs and everything, which is cool if you like that kind of video quality. And then you get this regular standard HD copy, and then you get this other one that's like upgraded to I don't know, I forget exactly what it was with the Code Red.
It's an awesome.
Yeah, like let's see if I can pull that out real quick. Yeah, it's right here. but this was the Code Red DVD right here, and it had this little disclaimer down here at the bottom saying, "Limited edition, no more than 100,000 copies will be pressed." Like, wow, talk about a buying fucking factor right there. But
100,000.
yeah. But that movie was like so popular for a long time amongst slasher fans. Like, yo, this is a film you have to see. And I actually bought that from Diabolic DVD. They were at a horror movie screening that I was at in Philadelphia. Apparently, Diabolic DVD is based in New Jersey. So, like, they would come over to the festival sometimes and sell in the lobby, and I bought that directly off of them because I saw it, and I was like, fuck, that's only $20. I gotta buy that. But getting back to the Severin release real quick, this is a really nice slipcover on this thing. You do get nice poster art on the front and back there, which is like the kind of like the general thing with all these horror labels anymore. But yeah, I mean, like, the only thing really missing from this is probably a soundtrack disc, which I can live without. It's not something that's a buying factor for me. I just with Severin, those soundtrack discs are always just like icing on the cake. Like, fuck, dude, you got the soundtrack disc too. Like,
yeah, give me a break, huh?
But I'm not excited about spending $58 plus tax coming out to $60. Like, it's just not worth the money. It's a really nice release, but it's not worth $60. It's just not.
Yeah. You got to buy shit from them at the conventions. They give you good deals.
They do.
Yeah. Brad has definitely informed me on that. But yeah, coming at number 4 is Nightmare from 1981.
Good pick, man.
Very good. Yeah, a mommy issues serial killer slasher definitely is a Nightmare in a Damaged
Which one
Brain.
came out first, that or Pieces?
I think Pieces. No, Nightmare did.
No,
Nightmare's a year
yeah.
before.
Good, double feature with Pieces.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. Good double feature with Don't Go in the House. I mean, man, I'm going to put some love to what Sean put on for Scream Factory real quick here. Other honorable mention, The Exorcist 3. Of course, I was going to get this. Me and I was doing a stream, and Brad and Benicio were on. Saw this on here. It's cheap enough to get. I'm going to get this. It's my favorite of the Exorcist films. Brad Dourif's best performance, in my opinion, in a horror film. He's really good in that. Tony did show it, but he showed the Dark Sky one, so I'll show it. What a release. Like I said, I did a quick YouTube short on this. It feels like a novel, so it just comes with like a lot of stuff. So you get, like I say, you get the art cards with it and stuff like that. You get a thick book on it, from Texas Chainsaw Massacre. You get this bad boy right here. I mean, a great release by Second Sight. They just kill it with everything they release. I have this one, and then I have the other version of Dawn of the Dead. It's like the second version, I guess, not the full ultimate version of that. But it was a great release for this. What I like about it, because Brad has mentioned it before, it's a different transfer right there, Brad, because I have seen it. There's like a little green tint. Like, you can see it, but you can tell it's a different transfer. That's what I like about Second Sight, is they do a different transfer for this and stuff like that. And you do a great job, the Dark Sky version, because I have that one Tony was talking about with the slip with the eye and stuff like that. I really like that. But yeah, this was a great release by Second Sight. They killed it with this one. Yeah, that's the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. It happened. So.
I keep hearing that Second Sight Bear Scam left some of the grain actually in there.
Yeah, it made it look too good.
Dark Sky kind of like.
I think you heard it. I think you heard it backwards, Steve. They cleaned it up. In my opinion, that's just my opinion. I love Second Sight. I have a lot of.
Maybe it was you that I heard.
It's a little too clean, in my opinion. The Turbine Media, they left some grime on it, to preserve the feel.
Yeah,
so make it look more like a grindhouse type of a thing.
The Turbine Media scan is used for the Dark Sky release.
Yeah,
but both are great releases. Either way,
it's a great release.
All right, my number 4. Brad mentioned it earlier. We're going to see an unboxing of it.
Woo!
Memento 101 on Black Label. And this is spine number. Let's just give a shit. Spine number 31. I know Tony cares. We'll get this thing open, man. This thing blew me away when I got it in. we'll start off with the steelbook here. There's a bunch of shit in this thing. There's the front and back.
Fuck, that shine and that gloss on that.
Yeah, man,
Fuck.
it's artwork's
yeah.
fantastic.
That looks
Set.
amazing, dude.
And
Oh my
there's the
God.
inside of it there.
Let me
But
check my bank account real quick.
Yeah, let me
As
just.
great as the steelbook is, we're gonna start off with this here.
Check the rest of this shit out, Sean.
So his brother, Jonathan Nolan, Christopher Nolan's brother, I guess had wrote like a short story, and that's what he based the movie on. But you actually get the book, whatever that his brother wrote, that Christopher Nolan based the movie on. So that's pretty cool. You get this here, a lot of stuff like from the movie, and you open this up here, and there's a bonus disc with a bunch of like special features, and this thing's packed. And Tony, don't yell at me, but this is the J card. I know Tony's gonna freak out. I got it folded up inside, but you get just a bunch of special features on this thing. I'm not gonna go through all of them, but it's loaded. New stuff, old stuff.
At least you didn't throw it away.
Yeah, I didn't throw it away. But here's the cool part. So you open up this little booklet here, and you get, if you've seen the movie, you got a coaster, which I'll never use, and you get all this shit here. If you've seen the movie, it's got the old Polaroid.
Oh my God, dude! I gotta buy that.
It's got his notes from the movies, notes on the
Pictures,
back.
like Polaroid. Yeah.
Yeah, if you can find it, get it now
replica
before it's
props.
gone.
So see the writing on the back, and it's very authentic looking. And you get like notes. This is actual notebook paper. It's
Jeez.
got notes from the movie.
That's great.
I mean, it's
That
just
was
loaded.
one piece of
And
paper.
and this is the best part. You get a piece of folded up paper that it's got a post-it note on it,
Oh,
like all the shit from the movie.
With a copy of his license on there.
Yeah. And of course, you get a little booklet on the inside. Nothing real special there, but good imagery from the film. Nice hard box. Man, it's loaded, man. When this thing came in, I said this is by far the best thing 1-in-1 Black Label's ever done. I would love to see some more movies from them do shit like this, because this thing is absolutely loaded. If you're a geek like me and you're into all this swag shit, whatever you want to call it, you're gonna be very happy with this release. So it's my number 4. Very, very easily could have been number 1, but unfortunately, these other movies are fucking great.
Yeah.
So it's my number 4.
Damn.
Looks like
very good.
reminiscent of that a new 7 set coming out.
Mm.
The
You guys
box.
seen the new 7 set?
Yeah,
The box.
I'm real
It's the
confused
box.
about that 7 set because
Right.
there's 2 different versions of it. I don't remember what they're called, but one's got the big ass box, whatever. It's
Yeah.
like a big cardboard box. That's the most expensive one.
Yeah.
But the one that costs less, whatever, it's got that nice hard box set. It looks like it comes in.
Oh,
Yeah, it comes with
okay.
a rigid hard
That
case.
big box in the more expensive set, is that just gonna be packaging, or is that gonna be
I
part of
think
the
that
set?
was a mistake. I think they had the pricing wrong at the time when you
think?
ordered it.
So me being the psycho that I am, I almost bought both of them, just so that I would sell the one that I didn't want.
Yeah,
But
what
that's
I
one of my
did.
favorite movies of all times. And I still may do that.
It'd be nice if 101 Films would do a release like that for that 7.
Yeah, I agree.
Well-
man. This was definitely one of the more fun releases I got this year, as far as opening up for the first time, going through all this shit. They knocked it out of the park, man. They really did.
Especially because nobody else goes and gets 101 Black Label releases like that much. So
Yeah,
you didn't see a bunch of unboxings and shit about it
right.
before you got it.
The steelbook for Young Guns, instead of just having art cards, they have those playing cards. It seems like we're getting away from some of the standard boilerplate bullshit.
Yeah,
And it seems like they're actually making an effort. And that's what I really like about that 101 Films release. Is like they really made an effort to make a legitimate boutique release
Yeah.
that people would like.
Yeah.
right.
They actually did a good job with that movie Ghost Watch. I don't know if you guys are familiar with that. It was like a made-for-TV movie about haunted possessions in like the early 90s, but they did a good job with that box set.
I've heard
I
of
think
that
I bought that movie 4 times, but I finally got the right one. There was an American release and a UK release. The American release didn't have the fucking spine number on the box. Me and Tony understand.
Yeah.
And so I kept sending it back. I kept selling them off and buying. I finally realized you had the UK version to get the spine number. So For other psychopaths like me, keep an eye on that. It's important.
But Memento definitely looks like money well spent right there.
Yeah,
Oh,
man, it's a
definitely.
good one, man. It is.
I wanted to make a comment about the Young Gun Steelbook. With the wanted poster, I think it would have been nice if those cards that came included, if you could slide those in and make the different wanted posters.
yeah.
That would have been a good idea.
That would have been a nice touch.
Yeah.
That's definitely creative right there.
Gizmo said Chatterer is my favorite of the Cenobites.
Yeah.
Good one. Yeah.
Definitely the more memorable ones. Harkite Blue says It Follows is a modern masterpiece for me. Beautiful release.
It's a really nice release.
Jetstream says still love the Scarlet Box. Gonna hang on to that.
Mhm.
Scholar said not a fan of It Follows, but nice that fans got the second sight release. Yep. Nicotana said my kind of movie. And he says my number 4 is The Exorcist 4K. One of my most anticipated 4Ks of the year. Glad we finally have it. I know Sean's a big fan of
Sean, yeah, that just
Oh, dog fucking shit. You
that. Or
like
put
the
Sean
color
Big Street later
blue?
in 10 minutes.
You must like the color blue, man. That's great to see.
is that your steelbook of the year? Is that your steelbook?
No,
Is that's the don't spoil
that's
it.
my steelbook return of the year. That's my return of the year.
Don't spoil it. That's Sean's number 1.
Oh my
Yeah, we can
god.
pull it.
What a fucking pile of dog shit that
Pull
was.
it, but,
Bad year for The Exorcist this year. Rest in peace, William Friedkin.
It killed William Friedkin.
Apparently it did.
He's gonna come back and haunt David Gordon Green though.
Yeah.
I just cannot believe what I paid for that fucking box set. I paid like nearly $100 for that fucking box set. Came damaged and the transfer looks like dog shit. And we got stacked disc. Fuck my life.
Yeah, I actually had that nice I guess like purple Bible set, whatever. I had it pre-ordered. I guess they kind of came out, but kind of re-released it over on Amazon UK.
Yeah.
And so I had a pre-order. So when I went to pre-order the 7 set that just got released, I realized that I had the pre-order out there. So I just canceled that pre-order and got the 7 set. I already got 2 copies of the Exorcist 4K. I didn't need that big Bible set. But
I mean, like, to be fair though, like I do know that some people prefer the look of 4Ks differently. Like everybody's got their preference, but I like overall, like the blue issues that I have, the only thing that really helps with that is the scenes are quick. You get through it quickly. It doesn't really linger with you and drag. But over time, you look at the whole transfer, it's inconsistent. That's not good. Anything that's inconsistent, I'm sorry, that's not good. But anyway.
He's going to make it. He's going to make it.
You got it. You got it. You got it.
we're going to let Sean reset there for a minute. We'll be back to him in a minute.
Yeah.
He's going to take one of those Gary Oldman pills from what's it called? The Professional.
Yeah, the Professional. Yeah.
Bring back.
Alan said violent nudity. Tony, you like that?
Yeah.
Don't sleep on Tony now. What Johnny's watching, we all know Tony loves Infinity Pool. Don't let him lie to you.
No silliness, please.
Brett says Burial Ground picked up that 4K, awesome release and great features. Oak says number 4 is the Toxic Avenger 4K set from Troma. Love those movies so damn much. Vincent did the restorations, so they look great.
Oh, yeah.
That almost made it into my top 5.
It's an expensive set.
Yeah. John Doe says Megan Steelbook's top 5 as well. Great Steelbook.
Looks really good.
Yeah. Scholar says Steelbooks look good. Too bad they don't travel well. Would love to own more. Yeah, I'm gonna die in this house, whatever. So they just sit on the shelf here.
Scalder lives over in Narnia, so
No, they barely travel well here in the States.
Yeah.
All the way to another country. You know.
And Brent's waiting for the.
I carry my bubble wrap with me to Best Buy when I go pick up my Steelbook.
Tony, yeah.
And a pillow.
He throws them in turkey bags right there inside the store.
Yeah.
Pulls it out of his pocket.
Two of those foam mats you put in the set.
Brent's waiting for the masterpiece Megan versus Sharktopus.
Oh, that's coming. It comes out first quarter next year.
First quarter.
John Doe
Released
says
by
Dark Sky.
Wildeye.
The Dark Sky DCM is in my top 5 as well. Tony, good pick.
Yeah, that was very good.
Gizmo said Burial Ground is a masterpiece, one of my favorite zombie films, and super release from 88 Films.
Nice.
That is a fun movie. It really is.
Oh yeah.
Because most of Nightmare has the most insane first 20 minutes for a slasher.
Yeah.
Great pick, Sean. I've not checked out the 4K yet.
It's a
Good release.
Yeah, it's a solid release. It's just very pricey, unfortunately.
It's very pricey.
Brent says, I hope the upcoming 101 of Alligator 1 and 2 has fun swag.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe they'll keep that going, man. I'd love it. Caveman. The Memento reveal pops woke Miss Caveman up. All right. Let me mark the chat there, and we'll get on to our number 3. And Tommy, you are up, buddy.
Alrighty. So my number 3 is something that should have came to 4K, like when 4K was introduced. Like this should have been one of the very first titles that they put out. But in my opinion, and I know a lot of other people, but one of the greatest movies made, and that is Titanic. I love this movie. I've always loved this movie, and I mentioned this in the unboxing, but this is an important movie to me because my wife and I started a tradition years ago where we watch it every single anniversary, and it's the only time of the year that I watch the movie, and so it was kind of special when it finally came to 4K for me and her because we love it so much, and this year we get to watch it on 4K, so that'll be cool. Our anniversary in February, so I want to see the transfer. I've heard some things so far that haven't been the greatest as far as like what everybody's talking about with the faces and stuff. Like I don't know with the transfer, but either way, I'll probably just hold off until then and watch it on our anniversary first time in 4K. But yeah, I'm glad we finally got it after all this time because I ain't gonna lie, I love this movie.
My copy of that just came in the mail today. I haven't watched it yet, but I heard nothing but great things about it. I do love the movie.
In the theater. I liked it in the theater when I saw it with my parents. So yeah, it's great.
Yeah, I saw it a few times in the theater, and I wish we would have got a 4K steelbook. I mean, I'm supposed we still could. I didn't really care to get the big box set. You know, I'm happy with the
Yeah.
slip.
I heard the box set does not stand up. It just falls.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Yeah, it
that's
doesn't
crazy,
stand
man.
picking up. And maybe we'll have a steelbook by February, and you can watch the steelbook release for your anniversary.
Yeah.
All right.
I guess the box set is supposed to fall down to replicate the ship falling, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah. They could have made it look like a door.
Yeah, there we go.
Big iceberg, like right there, like big iceberg.
Yeah, it comes with a piece of ice.
All right.
Comes with
My number
fake ice.
3. Oh, go ahead.
Orphanage.
No, go ahead.
Yeah, good.
No, you go ahead.
My number 3 is going to be The Orphanage.
Ooh, imprint, nice.
Yeah, this is like the imprint special edition box set that they put out. It's got 2 discs. Again, they have like a regular edition too. I think it's just 1 disc, maybe. Comes with a little, I don't know, a little book on it. It's a good movie. I would pair. It's a Spanish film, so there are subtitles, but there's not a lot of dialogue. There's not a lot of characters. But if you haven't seen it, I definitely recommend checking it out. I think they have like a bare bones release like on DVD or on Blu-ray, and I was just waiting for them to put something out, and yeah, finally this came along. So yeah, I snatched that up. It's produced by Guillermo del Toro. Like I'm not generally a huge fan of his films, honestly, but this one I really liked a lot.
Yeah, it's a good ghost story. I really like it.
Yeah.
It's a shame.
Yeah, I still need to see that movie, actually. I still haven't seen that. But, dude, the way you open the top of that box and everything is just like, fuck, dude. That looks like a nice
really
box
cool.
set.
Kind of like a different design on it.
Yeah, that's why
Yeah,
their box sets are all
fuck,
like that. They're really good quality.
And
Yeah, it's a
and
shame their
pretty
mothers are all
fun.
whores, though. So, yeah.
Have you seen what's it called? Criterion released it, The Devil's Backbone.
I haven't seen it, but yeah, I'm familiar with
The
it.
Orphanage sounds a little bit like that film. I think you'd like that. It's disturbing. It's a disturbing film from him.
Yeah. I really like The Orphanage. It's a really good. I would really compare it to probably the others quite a bit.
So, are you drinking virgin's blood out of that cup?
It's my juice cup.
Sure, it's juice.
That's what they call it.
Distilled.
What was number 3? So my number 3, another big favorite of Tony's. I know you love this movie. This came out in October from RLJE. It's the 4K steelbook for The Man Who Killed Hitler and Then the Bigfoot. Exactly what it sounds like.
That's such a good time with that one.
Great little steelbook here, RLJE. You know, I think it's a Walmart exclusive.
It is.
It is.
You know, Sam Elliott doing Sam Elliott shit.
That's right.
Old man, kind of, shit. But
double douche.
Yeah, got a signature on here, but it's a great little movie. People have a hard time getting into it. I understand that. It's not what you think it is, even though I said that. It's exactly what you think it is. He does do those things, but it's really a drama, about this man here. So it's more like Gran Torino than an exploitation movie, if that makes any sense. But this came out in October, like I said. There's a 40-minute making of documentary on this. Did the commentary with the director and writer. Also your standard fare, deleted scenes, crew interviews, stuff like that. But the best feature on here is the making of documentary. Sam Elliott and all the actors come on and give their piece about it. And like I said, this is more the quality of the movie than the release, even though this is a great release. I couldn't make a top 5 for 2023 and leave it off the list. But I'm sure a lot of people haven't seen this. There is a Blu-ray available, very cheap. I believe it's on Hamilton Book, very cheap. You can buy that.
That's where I got it at. Yeah.
But I think this is about $20 for the 4K steelbook.
Yeah, it's pretty.
It's not expensive.
So you can pick this up on Walmart shelves. So I would highly recommend it. Like I said, if you're going in thinking it's a grindhouse, that crazy exploitation movie, it's not that. Yeah. So just know that going in. Very slow drama. So anyway. Yeah, couldn't leave it off the list. That's my number 3.
Yeah,
and
that was one of my more fun blind watches this year. Your recommendation, but I had such a great time with it, man.
Yeah.
I really did.
Yeah.
I really had no idea what to make of that movie, which is why I never watched it. I had no idea what to make of it, so I said I'm just not going to watch it.
Yeah. Might be a good idea. What were you going to say, Tony?
I was going to say, you do notice who's not on the cover of that steelbook.
Yeah.
Bigfoot.
Yeah.
Or Hitler, for that matter.
That should be a big indicator of what the film's about.
Not Bigfoot.
Yeah.
My number 3 is going to be Lucio Fulci's City of the Living Dead.
Nice.
Cauldron Films release. I used to have the swag edition with the stickers and the poster, but that's pretty much all it came with besides the soundtrack CD, and that sold for over $100, and I got this one back for $35. So, yeah. So, yeah, but the slip box is badass. I know Arrow's got a new release coming out of it, but it's the same exact features as their other release that they did for Blu-ray. So I want to stick with this guy. Features on this, fully loaded, 3-disc set. That's without the soundtrack too. So if you're just getting the standard edition without the slip box, you'll still get 3 discs. Awesome scan. I think they did their own scan for this one. I'm not 100% sure on that, but it's the best the film's ever looked. This is my favorite Fulci film of all time. It beats The Beyond for me just a little bit. But I don't know. It just pops. The 4K.
I love it. It's a great film. Yeah, don't wait.
Like Sean says a lot, it jumps out of the screen at you. And the scene when she's like throwing up the guts and everything, I don't know, the colors and stuff, I don't know, I've never seen it look like that before. So
all the maggots being thrown in the house through that blower.
Yeah. Yep. You can see those maggots, and they're definitely real.
Yeah. Yes, they are.
Yeah, I highly recommend this. This is the best Cauldron Films release, in my opinion.
Yeah, City is such a fun Fulci movie. Really is.
Yeah.
Christopher George and Nicole.
Well, for my number 3, I was actually going to go with Titanic as well, but I have all mine are like kind of like it's almost like I had number 1 and then like 2 through the rest. Were kind of they're all about the same. So I just decided to go ahead and pivot and show something else. I went with the Arrow 4K box set there, Witness. This was a really, really great transfer on this one. Great movie. Of course, everybody loves the chunky box set.
Yeah.
And, you get the book and the poster, like on most of them. And then you got the, the 4K disc there. And, it's definitely like picture quality wise, it's probably one of the nicer transfers I've seen this year. Really like that one. And then, just such a great movie.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, Harrison Ford, can't go wrong there.
Yeah, and you get to see the bad guy from Die Hard, the guy with the long blonde hair, play an Amish guy.
Yeah.
Danny Glover playing the villain in that.
Yeah.
That was a cool set.
Good release, man. Great movie.
That was a great soundtrack too.
Yeah, so my number 3 is the Superman 4K
Oh, shit.
Wow.
Yeah.
Fucking super, dude.
Man, just
Super.
fantastic, man.
Yep, I
Fantastic.
grew up with this Superman. Christopher Reeves is my Superman, and I love these films. I know a lot of people
Me
don't.
too.
A lot of people don't, for whatever reason, they don't like all the other Superman movies. But I like part 1 and 2 the best. But the other 2 are great, and it's really nice to have a really great set for that 4K. They also have a nice little box set for that. So that would be my number 3.
Yeah, that's
That I
awesome.
missed.
That looks similar to the Rambo box set.
It is. It's one of the similar designs.
Yeah, those
Okay.
metal steelbook sets are my favorite things to collect.
Yeah, they're great.
Yeah, that's a
I
nice
love
set.
them.
Yeah.
I mean, you can say what you want about those movies. Some of them hold up for people, some of them don't. I enjoy them for what they are.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
2 is great. Superman 2 is like one of the greatest superhero films ever done.
Yeah,
Really,
I
really
really
good.
like Superman too.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So yeah, my number 3 is the Monster Squad 4K.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just, I mean, this one, the scan looks solid, but these special features once again are just insane. I mean, they're so good. I mean, like Brian was saying, you get 2 documentaries. You got the Wolfman's Got Nards documentary, which is great, and then you've got a 5-part documentary, which is also incredible. Especially Tom Noonan, man, he's so funny because he just really he keeps it real. He just says whatever's on his mind. And I love how he's talking about the guy that plays Dracula, Duncan Rager, and he's just like, man, that guy was kind of a prick. He's like, he's like, I don't know. He just was, he just thought he was kind of, and it was funny because he kind of kept going with it too. He's like, yeah, he just kind of thought he was like, the fucking guy kind of just thought he was like better than everybody else or something, or like, I don't know. It was really hilarious. I like Tom Noonan a lot because you can tell he just doesn't care. He's going to say whatever's on his mind. And then Tom Noonan was also talking about working with the little girl and how, like, she was kind of annoying to work with as well. Most people would be like, oh, the kids were great. He's like, no, she's kind of annoying. And he's just like, she would constantly like, block his face when they were doing takes, so it would throw his acting off and everything, and so he would start messing with her back, this 5-year-old girl, he'd start messing with her, being like, he would start screwing up her lines, and then she would look at the director and be like, hey, what's he doing? That's not what he's supposed to say or whatever. And he's
Keep you on your toes.
So it's really funny. I mean, and then Tom Noonan also has like a thing where he's in the Frankenstein getup because I guess during the entire filming he was just Frankenstein all the time. He didn't want to break character, so he's got some method acting going on there. and they interviewed him. It's one of the special features as Frankenstein, and he just stays in character, and so that's pretty entertaining too. But yeah, but he he said it was a good, really solid shoot all the way around. I think everybody had a good time on it, and same thing with Dracula. That actor just wanted to stay in character the whole time.
Oh yeah, he's really good.
Tom Noonan says that he's like, he's like a method actor. He just wants to stay in character or whatever. But he was kind of being dismissive of like when people would be like, "Oh, hey, you want to try this?" or whatever. He just kind of dismissed whatever they would say. So that's why Noonan was like, "Yeah, he's kind of a prick." but yeah, so really funny documentary. All the special features are solid. Definitely check this one out. It's really good. 3-disc set, so you got the Blu-ray and the Wolfman's Got Nards documentary. Really good. Oh, and you actually have a different insert art. Which is
the original cover.
Yeah, so you got the original, and then they, you got the So they're they're pretty similar, but they're different. So I like them both really good.
The new art has the girl on it. The other one doesn't.
Right. It's just the title font that's the same. That's the only thing.
Yeah.
Well,
it's funny, but I see. So which one? Because that's what I heard, but I see Phoebe in both, right? Because she's right. I see Phoebe right there, and then and then I see her again right.
More front and center in the new one, I guess.
Pretty same but different.
But yeah, maybe they added her to one of the. Yeah, maybe it's like you said. Maybe they added her to the slippers. I don't know.
With the knife sitting right there over her.
Don't be.
But both are ass. I love the film. I mean, it's so much fun. And just the practical effects that they use, the puppetry, and the, just everything that went around. It feels like all the sets they built, and even some of the effects they use, like when they're getting sucked through the vortex and all that stuff. I mean, it all looks so great. The makeup looks great. So. Everything about this movie is such a fun ride. It's under an hour and a half too. It's like an hour and 25 minutes or something like that.
It's fairly short.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's 82 minutes. 82 minutes.
Wow.
So
We
it's
need
really
more movies like that.
Yeah. Yep. So definitely go check out Monster Squad on 4K from Kino.
Yep. I got the 4K. I've not had a chance to check it out. See that movie in theaters back in the day, man. That was always a fun one.
Yep.
I remember watching it on TV, dude, when the creature from the Black Lagoon comes out of the sewers, basically out from the street. That looks so good. I was like, dude, it's trippy.
Hell yeah.
All right. We're on number 3 now, right? Correct?
Yep.
All right. We got a 2-disc special edition Blu-ray here from Synapse Films, and this is a movie I haven't seen in quite a long time. I used to have this movie on DVD, and when I was watching this in like the early 2000s, I really just wasn't too sure how to feel about this movie, so I kind of just dismissed it. But when I saw that Synapse was releasing this, I was like, let's give this film a fair shot again, and it's definitely grown on me, mostly because of the transfer, and that's Tombs of the Blind Dead.
I've heard great things about that film.
Yeah.
Dude, like, it does work like a slow-moving zombie type of film. If you're into that type of stuff, which it seems like most of you guys are, you should find some value in this movie. But the transfer itself, just like everything just jumped off of the screen. Clarity, like it still held a grain field, and just as I'm watching this movie, I'm just like, wow, I just cannot believe that the transfer itself is what's gripping me on this movie right now and pulling me back into it. But overall, like the general plot is just like a bunch of college kids are just venturing off in the countryside and some random foreign country. I don't know like the whole story like the back of my hand right now, but once you finally see like, it's like one of the girls that's with the crew, she ventures off of the train and she decides to go sleep in this random fucking Victorian castle, and then she ends up getting attacked by a bunch of skeletons that are in hooded cloaks, and they move very slow like Italian zombies, but but it provides great atmosphere, and the transfer itself on this release, I haven't even checked out the features yet, but just the transfer itself on this just won me over. And yeah, that's pretty much why that's coming in at number 3 for me. That's a very solid release right there. It's a little pricey at like $26 or $27, but you are getting 2 cuts of the film. You're getting the U.S. theatrical version, and then you're getting the original Spanish hybrid version.
Yeah.
So yeah, you're getting 2 different cuts of the film, but it looks like Synapse overall is really providing you with everything that you would really need for a movie like this, especially if you're a fan of the Tombs of the Blind Dead. I know there's other films in the franchise. I don't know if Synapse is ever going to plan on releasing the other films in the franchise or whatever, but that's a very solid release, and I thought that was really worth mentioning overall, and that's why that comes in at number 3 for me.
Yeah, it's about half what the limited edition is. The limited edition, if it's even still available, is like 50. What was it, Brian?
Isn't that a steelbook? I think.
Steelbook. Yeah, Brian's got it.
I think it was $49.
Yeah, about $50.
I have it also
about half
over there.
for
It was
the
good release.
standard.
I've been on the site in a minute. I thought I saw the steelbook.
Steelbook with a slipcover.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I mean, Synapse isn't known for slipcovers, but this is a standard release. I'm very happy with that. Yeah. I mean, I could have went for the steelbook, but man, I'm not ready to drop $60 on a movie that I just
same disc.
Half about. But I mean, like now that like sitting down and watching this transfer, I probably would have spent the money on the steelbook though. Probably would have. Like knowing now, like how well this looks and everything, and how loaded it is with both cuts, I probably would have spent that money on it.
Yeah.
But I felt like that was definitely worth mentioning.
Very cool. Yeah. I've been keeping an eye on that release. I remember when Synapse released that. I thought I saw the steelbook for cheaper, but you may be right. If there's like another edition of that, it probably went up in price. Synapse is worth it for the price. They do a great job over there. So,
yeah.
I'm just real quick, just here. I'm just going to mention this one real quick to lead to something, but that's Alberto Bava's Blade in the Dark. Put some fun on Vinegar Syndrome. This was a great release by then. This film looks pretty good. It's not his best, of course, but this kind of screams out at you here.
It's such a cool box, man.
Yeah, no, this was great. This was a great release by them. Yeah, Vinegar Syndrome's killed it this year. It's great if you like those stuff, but that's the son. We're going to talk about the father here, Mario Bava. Blood and Black Legs. The 4K, this is the Arte version. This is an awesome release. As soon as Arrow UK announced this, I was on it. Of course, they did this with some releases that we will eventually be talking about. But yeah, this is a great release. I mean, great transfer. I mean, this is an all-timer for me. He's the godfather of giallo films and stuff like that. You know, typical Arrow type of box like this. Love the slip for this. And this is the original, like, fan art that was used for the Arrow release that went kind of out of print. I know Orbit's gotten that release back in. But, you know, I'm like going, hey, why not pick this up? Great special features in the back of this one.
Just a
Oh,
few.
look at that fucking storyboard on the back there.
More known, he was always more known here in the States than he was in Italy, mostly for his films, which is crazy to think about. He has a huge filmography. This is one of an all-timers for me. I love Blood and Black Lace, and this film holds up even today. It's way ahead of its time, in my opinion, and it looks great in 4K. So yeah, it's Blood and Black Lace. I cannot say the name correctly, so I'm not going to do that. The proper Italian name correctly. Say that.
You can try for us. Try.
So done.
Your Italian voice.
That's an Arrow UK release.
Yeah, that's an Arrow UK 4K release.
New
This is the Arte
style on that too. It's a side loader with a slip. They're not.
Yeah, you don't see too many slips on those Arrow releases. That's pretty unique.
Buongiorno.
Buongiorno.
Not DiGiorno.
All right. I hate this company. I really do.
Here we go.
But this is one of my favorite movies of all times. I adore this movie. I seen this and I ordered this the first day I seen it. And that is the Vivision release of Grindhouse.
Yeah.
And I don't usually keep my J cards on here, but this is limited to 2,000. And for whatever reason, the number is on the J card, which I hate, down there at the bottom. And I got number 890 of 2000. But minus that, the you got the lenticular slip on the front. You know, it's a side loader hard box. You got the man himself on the back there.
Oh,
And just a fantastic release. And this has got the theatrical version, which is the only way to watch this movie, in my opinion. I've seen this in theaters. You get the full effect with the theatrical version. You start off with the trailers. You get the old intros. There's even in between films, there's even an old Mexican commercial, like a Mexican restaurant. It looks like the worst Mexican food ever. Back in the day, they would throw in, old commercials like that. And you really get a feel. If you put this in, it kind of brings you into the old Grindhouse days. It's done so well. Robert Rodriguez, Quentin Tarantino, nobody does it better. I wish they would do more of these. I would love to see them do like I guess you would call it a part 2, but another, double feature like this. I just really enjoyed it. And looks and sound fantastic. You get you got the theatrical version, you got the extended version, which all that matters in this thing is the theatrical version. Watch that one. Don't even worry about the rest of them. You get the extended version of both movies, and you also get a bonus feature disc. But the only thing I've watched on this so far, whatever, is Planet Terror. I haven't got around to watching the second one yet. There's the inside artwork. But I just love this movie so much. And I did have that nice black slipcover, which also has a theatrical release on it. Be careful when you buy this. Make sure it has a theatrical release. There's a couple of releases that look just like this, but you're going to get 2 discs, one with Death Proof and one with Planet Terror. This doesn't have the theatrical. The theatrical, the way you want to do it, it goes from one movie to the other. You got all the trailers. You get the official theatrical experience, which is how this movie was made to be watched. You also get a nice little sleeve here. Just a typical fare. You got art cards and stuff like that. Nobody gives a shit, but these are pretty nice art cards. Yeah, man, I love this movie. I enjoy going back to it again. I watch it about once a year, and this is definitely the best release we've ever got for this. As much as I hate this company, I have to give it to them. They do put out some great releases, and that's my girl right there. I just love that artwork. So yeah, that's my number 3.
That's badass.
The only thing I would change is put the limited number on the bottom of the box.
Mm.
Which I don't know why they didn't do that. But other than
great
that,
release by them. Yeah, that was great.
my number 3.
Yeah, I remember watching your unboxing video for that and being like, "Fuck, dude, I gotta seek that out now."
Yeah.
Like,
I think it's still available. I think you can still get it on
It's
Orbit.
fairly cheap. It's like
I
$50,
think.
but
The other day
well
was-
worth it.
But yeah, man,
Yeah, through Orbit, yeah.
it's a fun movie.
Definitely.
And the best part about the whole thing is what's the guy's name? Freddie Rodriguez, is that his name?
Yeah.
This guy's like 120 pounds soaking wet, and they make him out to be this badass, and there at the end when he gets to that little crotch rocket, that little motorcycle and takes off and pops a wheelie, it's such a fucking funny scene to me. I love it, man. Jeff Fahey is the barbecue guy,
Oh, that's
just-
right.
man. It holds up so well.
Yeah, very
I mean, it's
iconic.
just all right. We left off there. Catch up with the chat here. Eddie says my number 3 is Rocky: The Knockout Collection. Yeah, you would think that Rocky would be a mine as well. But the steelbooks were just they were just nice to get it in 4K, but it didn't make my top 5. My favorite movie of all times. It didn't make my top 5, but yeah, that's a good choice, man.
If we would have got the complete set, that probably would have felt almost my number 1.
Yeah.
That's cool. They released those like that.
I want a like that Superman set Tony showed. I want a set like that for all the Rocky movies. That's what I want. I know a lot of people criticize this release, but the first 4 Rocky movies are the only ones I need on 4K. So glad to finally have all of them. Yeah, I need all of them on 4K twice.
All the alternate cuts.
Yeah, John Doe says I really should check out The City of the Dead.
Yeah, I was talking to Jeff about that. Yeah, he hasn't seen it yet.
Hoke said number 3 is The Heart is Deceitful Above All Things from the Decanologue.
Decanologue?
A super fucked up film, very bleak shit. I waited so long for a good release of it.
Vinegar Syndrome partner label stuff.
Okay. Everybody said, Tony, there is a rumor that you're going to send me the Rambo Steelbook box set you have.
That thing is epic, man.
Jetstream said that Superman said it's killer. I love the first three. Two is my favorite. Terrence Stamp, man. Terrence Stamp is a
Yes,
good villain
he
playing
is.
Zod.
He's the man.
Yep. Random Keynote recommendation. If you like the Monster Squad, you have to Stag My Science Project.
I've heard about.
Okay.
Oh yeah,
I've heard about that movie, actually.
I got that on Mill Creek.
Yep. Johnny Darko says two of my favorites off the top of my head would be the Hellraiser set and the John Wick stash box.
That is a nice set for John Wick.
Yep.
That's very nice.
John, this is I have the correct way to watch Grindhouse, but I've never watched it that way.
You got to.
It's the way to do it, man. I'm telling you, it's a different experience. Gizmo says the Heart is Deceitful is from Decalogue, whatever, partner label from VS. Great freaking films.
Yeah, that Grindhouse thing's out of print now.
We are moving on to our number 2 here, and Tommy, you're back up, buddy.
Great. My number 2. So might be kind of an odd one. I don't know, maybe not, but
Not for this stream.
right.
What I picked. Shoot.
So my number 2. I'm so happy when I found out this was actually given a physical copy. Never know, stream and stuff, but they did, and I couldn't be happier. And that is Weird, the Al Yankovic story.
Nice.
Nice.
Wow.
This, of course, is the Shout Factory. So I talk about this a lot, but I'm a humongous Weird, and I'm a fan since I was introduced to him when I was like 8, and I've always been a fan, always will be a fan, and for so long I've always like wondered when you're gonna get a biopic movie on Weird Al. You know, you get a biopic movie on almost everybody, and when I found out that they were finally doing it, I think this movie is so brilliant the way they did it, because Weird Al being who he is, you know, in the parody and everything. I don't know how many of you have actually seen this, but it's just like a completely exaggerated biopic of his life. You know, like how horrible and tough his life was growing up, and I obviously wasn't like that, but they just out of it in this movie. And so many funny things about it, like Michael Jackson actually parodied his song "Eat It" and made it "Eat It." So, like, he was the original one who wrote "Eat It" first, and Jackson parodied. And of course, his relationship with Madonna, how funny for years, and they put it in this movie that he actually got with Madonna. It's so funny the way they made it. Weird Al obviously plays the part here as one of the Scotti brothers executives. I thought, I'm not like a huge Daniel Radcliffe fan, but I thought what he brought to the role was so good. Even though he's like way shorter and everything, it really doesn't matter about the size. What he brought, the energy and what he brought to was done so well. When I first heard it was going to be Daniel Radcliffe, I was like, "Are you crazy? That is not going to work." And he nailed it. So, But anyways, this. So I'm really happy we got the Shout Select US release, but the actual, my actual number 2 release is definitely the Umbrella edition. This came out months ago before we actually got the US release of it. But Umbrella did put out this really nice 4K box set. They had other types of sets you could get, like they came with like a Hawaiian shirt and stuff. I didn't need to get that, but this box set is beautiful. The art is great. Here's the back. And, nice hard box. I don't get a lot of Umbrella stuff, but I had to get this. I wasn't sure if we would ever get a 4K in the US. So I knew I had to pick this up, but you get tons of cards. This is really thick. A whole bunch of different cards here and a nice book. and then here's the 4K. But yeah, I'm a huge fan of this movie, and this was a Roku original. So again, you never know if we were ever going to get it on physical, and we did. And I'm happy. I had to get the Shout one too, but yeah, this is just a beautiful set and such a cool movie, and I'm really happy that they put this out. So that definitely was my number 2.
As a ton of
It looks like the Umbrella release is really like, wow, that's the way to go. But I'm sure the Shout release is nice too.
Yeah, I just being a big fan of Weird Al and Shout Factory in general, I knew I'd had to pick this one up just for the collection. But yeah. Again, I don't buy a lot of Umbrella stuff, but I've never. This was the first 4K from Umbrella I've ever seen, and it looked incredible to me. So
yeah, I really enjoyed the movie, and it almost made sense that if you're going to do a biopic of Weird Al, it's got to be a parody. It can't be. It was done perfectly.
Exactly. Like a biopic of Weird Al couldn't have been your normal biopic. It couldn't just be like his life story. It had to be told in this way.
Yeah, and Rainn Wilson playing Dr. Demento and all the different
right.
Famous people they had in there. They all did a great job. I thought it was the big party.
Yeah.
The big party scene was the best. I thought.
I love the scene whenever he gets inspired to do My Baloney. That's like one of my favorite parts of it.
Right.
Winona. Yeah, that's right.
He goes to that party that that he gets in trouble for playing his accordion. Is so funny.
Yeah.
Nice pick, Tommy.
Hey.
Yeah, I still need to check that out.
Definitely a nice pick.
My number 2.
Hell yeah.
Fucking A.
I haven't cracked this open yet. I have it on the regular Blu-ray release, but I jumped on this as soon as I seen that it was coming out. I've been waiting for them to do something with this movie. If you haven't seen it, it's a great film, and it dropped basically, I don't know, right when like independent film was actually starting to become a thing. Like, I don't know, this came out I think around the time that like maybe Requiem for a Dream came out, and
Life of David Gale.
Yeah,
very similar. A lot of movies that right along that line.
Yeah,
but I don't know. Pops did a really good unboxing video. You want to see all the stuff it comes with, but it's definitely worth owning if you're a fan of the film.
101 Films owes him a fucking check.
Yeah, they gave this a lot of love. That's what collectors really want to see.
Alan foisted that release on everybody. Pulling it out.
Well, I haven't got nothing in the mail yet, but I'll keep checking the mail every day. They send me all kind of free shit, right?
The new dealer.
Yeah, man, that's a great release, man.
Like overall, Memento is an early 2000s classic. It just doesn't seem like it's talked about enough. But I feel like a release like that, for, like amongst the fans, it's gonna bring it back to light again.
It should. It's a good
movie. One of
movie.
those movies where a lot of people find it to be a one-time watch because the big reveal at the end and all that stuff. It's a mystery. Mysteries just generally people don't have a lot of rewatchability for a lot of people, but like I said, I can't wait to rewatch it. It's been probably 20 years.
I hope it does kind of like what a different Follows. Nobody was talking about it Follows. Now everybody's a fan.
Yeah,
because of that great release. So maybe Memento will get some love like that and get back in the limelight a little bit.
Yeah.
All right, number 2. This really should have been number 1. Pre-ordered this Black Friday of last year. It got pushed back to April, and I got mine January 3rd. This is also one of Alan's favorite movies of 2023. Dante.
I forgot that came out this year. Okay.
I get to bring it up one more time.
Yeah.
How great this fucking movie is. 1993. It is a movie about disabled terrorists. I get to say that one more time.
Sounds fun.
It's a sci-fi comedy. It is a riot. It is the whole release is in Spanish, by the way. All of it's subtitled, even the bonus features.
Look at those teeth. Nice.
If you've got
Hold on one second. What's the name of the movie?
Mutant Action. Action
Action.
Mutante.
Action
Mutant
Mutante.
All right, that's all I wanted to know. Go ahead.
Same director as Day of the Beast. This is his first movie, and those are not teeth, Chris. Those are staples. Her mouth is stapled shut.
I have that twin release. I just haven't watched it yet.
It's a winner. I don't know what Alan's problem is.
Yeah,
He did not enjoy it as
don't
much
have
as
time.
I did.
Sorry.
I just mailed you my copy of it to send to Tony. Or UK Tony.
Yeah, I tried to buy a spare copy to send to Tony over in the UK because Tony would love this. And he's like, "Don't bother sending me any fucking money. I'm just glad to get it out of my goddamn house."
Well, Ruth smells better.
I can tell you what he thinks of the movie. I loved it. Blind bought it, and I was as soon as I heard it was the same director as Day of the Beast, which I loved, and then the premise of it sounded so great, and it really paid off for me at least. But I get the argument, it's a comedy, and you got to read subtitles. That's a little tough with the physical stuff, and you're trying to follow along. If you speak Spanish, hey, it's great. I know Spicoli watched it recently. He kind of speaks Spanish. He's from California, so it's easier on him. Anyway, like I said, barely made the 2023 mark. You get a commentary with the director and writer, producer, and production designers. You get a 28-minute archival making of featurette, new interviews with casting, brand new interviews with cast and crew, which is a nice touch. And you get, I think you get a FX effects featurette, but I don't remember if that. I may be mistaken on that, but anyway, it's pretty solid release, pretty loaded. I really love the movie. It couldn't not be on the list, and yeah, that's my number 2.
Nice, man.
Yeah, it almost made your number 1, so that speaks some kind of numbers there, at least for me.
Well, I mean, listen, I don't know how good it is, but I loved it. I can tell you that much.
right. I hear you.
All right, my number 2 is one that already was mentioned by Steve, and that's May, the second segment. I love this movie. I've been waiting for this Blu-ray to be on Blu-ray for like 15 years or so, or maybe longer. The director, Lucky McKee, I like pretty much everything that I've seen him do. I like the Woods and The Woman a lot as well, other movies he did. But this release is stacked. It's got a lot of cool features on it. It's got some awesome interviews, like new interviews with Jeremy Sisto and James Duvall around here too. I wish they had a new interview with Angela Bettis, but oh well. Get what you get. But other than that, it's really stacked, and it looks great. The transfer looks awesome. Second Sight knocked it out of the park with this one, and a lot of people slept on their release, I feel. So, but it's really like a dark tone. It's really like dark, witty, really strange, oddball, kind of a comedy, but kind of not. Frankenstein kind of love story thing. But yeah, I really like the weird character that she plays, and this is just an all-time favorite of mine. So, number 2.
Yeah, Angela Bettis does an awesome job in that movie.
Who plays her? Who is it that plays her friend? Is it her friend or her mom or something like that?
Anna Faris.
Yeah, Anna Faris. That's right.
Yeah.
Have you seen Roman? Like it's supposed to be like
Roman is directed by Angela Bettis and stars Lucky McKee, so it's like the opposite kind of.
It's supposed to be a sequel.
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely got to upgrade that one.
All right, my number 2 is it's one of my favorite movies of all time. So when this one was announced to be on 4K, I had to grab this when I was excited about it. That's that National Lampoon's Vacation movie. I went, it's got a steelbook out there. I went with the this is the UK version. It's a hard box set there. And there's your movie. Of course, it's got the steelbook. We had the slipcover edition, and then you get like a little envelope here. It's got a reversible poster. It's got some art cards and things. Nothing too crazy in there, but this one here though. It's got a like a sticker too, Vacation. But this one here, they had like the crew picture
Oh, that's a
And
nice
like
touch.
when I was like opening up, like taking a look at everything, and then flipped it to the back there, all Harold Ramis, man, I teared up a little bit. I gotta be honest. I'm a huge Harold Ramis fan, and I'm a big. I really love Lampoons, and especially all the early stuff that went on, and how much like comedy that wouldn't have happened if it wasn't for those early few movies, like Animal House and just the different ones that came out. But great stuff, and loved that edition. That was a good one.
Oh yeah,
one of the greatest comedies of all times. But I will say my favorite scene in that movie is when he shoots John Candy in the ass with a BB gun. It's definitely the best scene.
Yeah.
I don't know. John Candy, even though he's only in it at the very end, some of my favorite scenes is with him in it. I love him and Chevy Chase riding the roller coaster. It's classic, man. Love that movie. That's a Magnum PI. It'll break the skin, leave a really bad infection.
He's going to be in
If
the.
you're a big fan of those films like that, that's got to be the edition to have. And it looks like it's the movie's right up your alley, so why not? Looks like a solid release.
Yeah.
Oh, he's going to be in the new Ghostbusters, isn't he? Just like he was in the last one, right?
You talking about Harold Ramis?
They're going to put him in the fucking digital,
I don't
right?
think so.
Like they did with Tarkin.
Am I mistaken? But isn't Harold Ramis in Orange County?
Yeah, he is.
He's great in Orange County.
Yeah.
If I remember that role correctly. Yeah, he's the dean in Orange County.
Yeah.
He's on ecstasy and shit.
He gets dosed with ecstasy.
Fuck, I forgot about that shit.
Get the goddamn Bronco.
I forgot about that shit.
I
Fuck,
love
man.
Jack.
He's in Blood Rage.
Forrest. I forgot about that.
Hold on, Tony. How you doing, buddy?
Silliness, people.
So my number 2 pick is the Rocky Knockout Collection. I do love the Rocky
Oh
film.
yeah.
Like Alan said, it's just the first 4 films. It's all we need. But great collection. I haven't opened this one up, but I do love the Steelbook.
Alan chimed right in and said, "I didn't say that."
No, we didn't all think
The Steelbooks. I do like the artwork on all 4 of the Steelbooks. I'm
Yeah,
glad to
that's
have that. It is going to be something else if they decide to release the other Rocky films.
Well, I heard they're doing the 5th
If
one.
they'll do the same style.
They're doing the 5th Steelbook, but it's they're going to get they're making a new cut.
Yeah.
Sylvester Stallone's doing a new cut that's supposed to improve the movie.
Wow.
I don't know that they need to do that.
I don't know that it couldn't be. Listen, Alan, 5. I'm not a fan, but of any kind of
Get up, you son of a bitch! Because Mickey loves you. How can you not like that? I mean,
Yeah, I love that film, man.
when they bring Burgess Meredith back on his deathbed to yell one last time.
I don't care what anybody.
That's all they needed, right?
Yeah,
yeah.
Tommy didn't hear no bell.
my ring's outside.
Y'all don't get me started.
The only thing I hated about part 5 is like how they did not give a shit that his son aged like 10 years overnight. Like it's like,
That
oh,
movie's the reason why
my
Rocky
son is,
movies.
so screw it.
Sylvester Stallone didn't want it to end like that because everybody kind of hated it on 5. I would love to see a director's cut of that and see if what they do to it to make it. If they make it where Sylvester Stallone's happy with it, maybe more people will be happy with it. I love part 5. It's definitely not my favorite, but I've watched when I go through and watch them. I watch them all. I enjoy part 5. I understand why people don't like it as much, but it's still good.
They put their his wino brother-in-law in charge of all his finances in part 5.
Right, he just
He
loses,
loses the money in a Ponzi scheme.
Yeah.
I thought I was doing smart business.
Don't talk ill of the dead, right, Pops?
That's right.
That's right.
Yeah, let's just move on. If y'all hurt my feelings, let's just move on.
For my number 2, went ahead and
Of course.
There it is. Very
it
nice.
follows there. The second
Awesome.
place. Yeah. It follows. Huge fan of the movie. I love it. I mean, David Robert Mitchell, I guess he's working on a sequel to it, so hopefully we'll see. I hope it's decent. It's going to be hard to follow this up, I think. But he does take his time, and I know he appreciates the like art of directing, you know, especially in the movie. Like every shot has some kind of meaning or something. There's actually a guy, Joshua Grimm, who does a brand new audio commentary for this film, where he wrote a book on It Follows, and he knows like everything about this film. So it's a great commentary. You should definitely listen to it. If you're a fan of It Follows, you really want to listen to it because he's very informative and he knows. I mean, every single scene he's breaking. Oh, this is why she does this. This is why he does this. This is what this means. And he's just going. And it's very interesting. It's very fast paced too. I mean, he's keeping up with each scene as it transitions. So it's very well done. You get 5 new interviews, which are all solid. And yeah, I mean, you get some other special features too, but just the movie itself, I think, looks great on 4K. And you get Dolby Atmos, Dolby Vision. So, you know, if you're set up for that Dolby Atmos effects, I think you're really going to enjoy it. You know, of course, you got the booklet, you got the art cards, you got all the fancy Second Sight stuff. But yeah, I highly recommend picking up the Second Sight release. It's great. Micah Monroe, I think it's very understated performance. I think if it was any other genre besides the horror genre, she would have been offered all sorts of awards and nominations and all this stuff. But, you know, nobody gives it, you know, when it comes to that, you know, Oscars and all that kind of stuff, they don't care about horror for the most part. But yeah, I think she gives an absolutely, you know, stellar performance. It's very subdued. It's very emotional. This movie was very emotionally taxing for the actress. You know, it was pretty difficult, but just shooting in, you know, Detroit, it was very cold outside. There were scenes where she was like half naked. So that was, you know, they were like shooting at night too. So she was freezing her ass off or whatever. They would have to come and surround her with blankets, you know, for like every time they cut because she was just freezing. You know, she listened to a lot of music to get her head in the zone, get in that mood, you know, that she needed to be in. But I think all the actors do a great job in this. But yeah, It Follows. Definitely check that out on 4K. Get the Second Sight release if you still can. Otherwise, just, you know, get the regular release. It's worth it just for the special features and, you know, the Dolby Atmos and the Dolby Vision, all that stuff alone. So pick it up.
Good pick, man.
Thanks.
Great pick, Anthony.
Great looking 4K.
Yeah, it's definitely a good pick right there. It's a movie that I've been meaning to go back and see again. So I'm still undecided if I'm just going to settle on the standard release or just go for that one, but we'll see. But yeah, coming in at number 2 is this is a movie here that I was really surprised with this transfer. It's a movie that I've always been a fan of, and I'm surprised that nobody has mentioned this yet. And this is from Vinegar Syndrome, and we got a slasher from 1980 here. It's a trauma film, and this is Mother's Day.
Hell yeah.
Ooh, and a good one, man.
Yeah, I mean, you can say what you want. You can really say what you want about the film, but I find this film to be very entertaining. It's definitely an annual watch around Mother's Day for me, along with a lot of people in general. I would assume that most of the panel should be familiar with this film. Are you guys familiar with this? Right? Yeah. Everybody here is familiar with this, right?
I've heard about it. I've seen clips of it and stuff like that.
I bought it twice, Sean. That's why I like it so much. I got 2 flavor copies of it.
You got a diehard fan up there.
We'll talk later, Alan.
Send me a blank check, Alan. Send me a couple of those releases you have extra of. So.
But do you have the old Trauma DVD?
Actually, it does.
But it's funny, like when these movies went on sale, the one movie that really caught my attention is because we got the full cut was Rabbit Grannies.
Yeah.
Now this is not making my top 5, but this is what attracted me the most. But then I saw that, all right, we got Mother's Day 4K coming out. I was like, all right, I'm going to buy that too. But my hype was really on the Rabbit Grannies Blu-ray. But I ended up liking the Mother's Day 4K way more. Just the transfer on it was just, I don't know how to put it, but just a little too good, I guess you could say, for a movie that's just a mediocre slasher. But really impressed with this release overall. I mean, Vinegar Syndrome always knocks it out of the park with their releases, and yeah, just a very fun film, especially a holiday film around Mother's Day, and just very pleased with it. Very surprised that I'm very happy with this release, and also very surprised that this came in at number 2 for me. It's not exactly a film that would win me over. You know, like a lot of trauma films don't win me over, but horror comedies, yeah, Trauma does it great. And Mother's Day is definitely an annual watch for me every year. So that comes in at number 2 for me, is the 4K for Mother's Day.
Oh yeah.
Sean's got the he's got the Golden Girls complete season coming in next.
Hey, has anybody ever seen the sequel, Father's Day with Robin Williams? Billy Crystal.
Yeah.
Billy
Good pick,
Crystal.
Sean.
You'll see, Alan. You'll see.
Very, very good. Real quick, honorable mention here. This will be the last time for Giallo. You can say like this German release of Dario Argento's opera, stuff like that, 4K.
That's
So it's a box book, box media thing. There's a lot of shit in here. It is German. Great. I've watched this 4K transfer. It's a great transfer. I like the release that Scorpion released of this film and stuff like that. This release looks better, so this is probably what Severin's going to use for their release. Enough of that.
When's that going to happen?
Yeah.
It have been Black Friday. That was what everybody had heard, but it was a bunch of other Suave, movies.
Dude, that was like my number 1 pick right there. I was like, all right, Opera 4K is number 1, and it never came.
Bet you it's next year's Black Friday.
Yeah.
Title.
But let's get to something you'd really like, and that's this right here. So this is my box set of the year. So the Psycho set films, all the films. This is worth it for 2 alone. So what? I mean, such a badass set. All the films in 4K with the special features and posters for each, and a nice little booklet here. This is why Arrow is. I mean, they killed it this year. What a badass release! I was talking to Alan about this too when they first released this too. And we're going back and forth because I ordered the Blu-ray set instead accidentally. So I'm like, nope, not going to do that. Have to switch.
Yeah.
Have to get the 4K.
I did the same thing. I had to cancel it to get the 4K.
Yes.
So,
yeah, I watched Psycho 2 first. Oh, hell yes. Great 4K of that. All these films are awesome. Of course they are. And this is my box set of the year. Not much to kind of say about this awesome set, but yeah, that's the Psycho box set from Arrow. Damn.
Yeah.
Good, great,
man.
That's a badass set.
I think we may see that again.
Yeah, that clear slip on the outside looks so nice, man.
That's the first time I've kind of seen one like that before, like a slip that big kind of for a box. I haven't seen that before.
Yeah.
Or Tony kind of stole my thunder a little bit, but yeah, it's going to be the Superman steelbook set. This is my number 2. Man, I grew up on these movies. Like Tony said, this is my Superman. And this is I'm going to show all the steelbooks. Hell, I'm going to show all the steelbooks. But this is the best part. This right here is one of my favorite steelbooks I got this year.
Oh, hell yeah.
Looks fantastic. You know, you got the this says you got a certificate of authenticity on the inside. I don't know, just all kind of cool shit. I mean, just all kind of good swag in this thing. I'll go and show all the steelbooks real fast. People haven't seen it. You know, most people hate on this movie. I agree with Tony. It's still a fun watch.
Yeah, like West Indies. It's fun.
You know, of course, I don't know why you need Richard Pryor in a Superman movie, but you got one.
Oh, that's right. That's the one he was in. I thought it was in.
Yeah, but this right here is where it's at. You know,
Yes.
Part 2 is my favorite. By a stretch. I love Part 2.
Oh, that's so good.
Yeah.
But I absolutely love the steelbook for Part 1. Part 1's a classic. Back in the day, I think I'm 7 or 8 when this came out. It was such a big deal. You know, we didn't have a lot of superhero movies, especially in theaters. And it was such a big deal when this thing came out, man. I got so excited every year, every so many years, when they announced another movie. Hated what happened to Christopher Reeve before. But I'll tell you what, man, it's a fantastic set. Had to be mentioned in my top 5. And called them another one that didn't make number 1. I'm sure most of y'all probably figure out what my number 1 is, but
maybe.
Possibly.
But yeah, but these steelbook box sets are my most favorite thing. I got about 5 or 6 of them now.
Those are really nice.
All right, let's catch up with the chat here. All right. Reed says, Action Mutante was great. Nice pick, and thanks for the recommendation, Brad. Yeah, Brad, thank you for that recommendation.
Thank you very much.
I recommended it to everybody on 40 streams.
I'm going to give Brad credit. Whenever he recommends a lot of movies, and I would say he's about 95% right with what he recommends to me. Every once in a while, he throws something out that I don't care for. But for the most part, whatever, Brad's recommendations are pretty solid. That one was a failure, though. But I would say that most of what he recommends, I do enjoy.
Yeah, and then mostly what he recommends to me is what not to buy.
Yeah, I tell all the time.
You know, Tony, you're like a it's funny whenever he tells me about a movie, he says, "Let me just say Tony would not like this."
Exactly.
That's in the when he's trying to sell a movie. Tony probably wouldn't like this. You always come up in conversation.
Like Untold Story 2, not the first one, the second one.
Caveman said, according to Films at Home, the $1,500 Disney box set is the top release of the year, and if you want it, you had better jump on it fast. It's selling out quick. Do you take any sarcasm? I'm sure he got one.
I bet
you got that, Tony.
I will not be getting the $1,500 Disney box set.
I got weed for sale.
Yeah, you'll be able to pick it up at.
Want to trade?
You'll be able to pick it up. At Ollie's. You'll be able to pick it up at Ollie's on clearance here pretty soon.
Hook said number 2 is Nightmare 4K from Severin. Glad we finally got a good version of this one. My favorite slashers ever.
That's a great release.
It's a disturbing film. Yeah.
He said number 2 was Titanic 4K. This was definitely a day one purchase for me. Ben Graham says, "Touch me and I'll sue."
Yeah. Touch me and I'll sue.
You make so much money you can swim in it. You can swim, can't you, darling? That guy did a great. I mean, he's supposed to be an asshole. He sells it.
Yeah.
Not the greatest actor, but he did a good job in that role.
How do you have so much money? Someone touched me.
John Doe says, if they do a 6-film Rocky set, will you keep your 4-film set?
Yeah.
You know we will.
Yes.
Yeah. I would too. But that is one of the reasons why I didn't get the box set. I'm kind of waiting for the full set to come out. It's got the steel books and the slips.
It'll come.
So by the way, on my Christmas list, I got a fucking Rocky, one of those Rocky stand-ups, a 6-foot tall Rocky. So maybe in my background here after December 25th, you're going to see a 6-foot tall Rocky at all my streams.
Oh,
so y'all
be good.
So that's I had one a long time ago, but it got damaged. It was in my storage shed, and it got damaged and got wet, and it wouldn't stand up right. He was keep flopping over.
Yeah.
So I got a new one.
That pinball machine that Mickey just destroys with a bottle.
Yeah, that thing goes for fucking crazy money, but I would love to have that. I got a perfect spot for it over there too. That would be great. Yeah, fake Don King quote.
Yeah.
Jetstream, does anybody have a mint Rambo steelbook set? I wouldn't say mine is mint. I got one little corner in the back, whatever. It's got like a little ding in it, I guess like a dent. It's not bad. If you didn't know it was there, you wouldn't even notice it. But I wouldn't call mine mint, but it's pretty close.
I actually bought 6, maybe 8 of those sets until I got a perfect one.
Yeah.
And then the other ones just sold easy. They didn't care if they were dented or not.
Yeah.
Got checked.
God, that's unfortunate, man.
Yeah. Those things are really bad about finding one perfect.
No doubt. John Doe said, patience can be a collector's best friend and worst enemy. Sometimes you just miss out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Seems like the last several years, there's always another release. If you missed it, there's always somebody putting it out later.
That's a good point.
I just hate when someone's like I really just hate when someone comes along and goes, "You better pick it up now because it's going to be gone forever." Like, shut the fuck up, dude. This shit's just pumping out all day. Like, what the fuck, man?
Fuck off.
It'll be gone forever until next year when they reprint it again.
Especially with like Twilight Time releases. You remember that bullshit? Yo, you better pick up one of those 3,000 because they're gone forever if you don't pick them up.
Yeah, I just seen a title that they're releasing on imprint that was a Twilight Time release that you couldn't find forever. And yeah, it's going for like almost $200 on eBay.
It's like, and it's back.
Yeah. Get it in print, $40.
Yeah.
All right, guys, we are there. We are at our number 1.
Right.
Tom, what you got for your number 1 pick of the year?
All right, number 1. I always get excited about these, seeing what everybody picked for their number 1. I haven't mentioned anything about honorable mentions. I just want to throw one thing out there really quick here. This probably made it in my top 10 or something, but this Halloween Steelbook set.
Oh yeah,
It's nice looking.
that's why.
Yeah, man.
Cool set. Yeah, I love these tin sets too, but like everybody's saying, it's so hard to get one in good condition. Like there's always going to be a dent somewhere. Yeah, I just had to mention that. But no, the probably the greatest movie ever made. This is definitely my number one. Caddy Hack. No, I'm just kidding.
Dude,
Wow.
I had
you had me for about 10% of that. Like 10%. I was like, what? Oh shit.
Wild Eye Releasing. What the hell is this?
Hot take.
I think you and Todd are the only two people that bought those.
Oh my god.
It's on TV if you want to watch it.
I had to buy this movie. I don't know why. I just had
Dude, it
to.
looks funny. Rabbit gophers.
All right. So this is a no-brainer. When Brad invited me to the stream, I didn't even have to look at what else came out for the year. I knew this was going to be my number one. But my second favorite film of all time, and that is Monster Squad, 100%.
Very nice.
The perfect example of nostalgia. It's just this movie kind of. I feel like this movie kind of started things for me as a horror fan back in the day. Probably one of the first ones I ever saw and got introduced to the Universal monsters. But this will forever be up there as one of my favorite movies. It's just so damn fun. It's weird. It's like it's a kid's movie, but at the same time, adults love it. Like I love this as a kid, and still to this day, I love this movie. But I wasn't sure if we would ever get this on 4K, but I gotta say, I mean, it's like one of those movies that you wouldn't think we'd get it on 4K, but over the years, this movie has become such a cult classic and such a favorite of fans that because of that is why we probably got it on 4K. So I'm definitely thankful for that. But I did pick up the Wolfman's Got Nards separate release. That was a great documentary, and it is cool that they threw that in here. I've watched every feature documentary that's out there for this movie because it's so fun to watch that stuff. I got to meet a lot of the cast, I think in Texas like 2 years ago. Got them all to sign a poster. So that was pretty cool. And I got like 2 more monsters to meet. I know Tom Noonan has actually done conventions before, so it would be cool to meet him. And then what's his name? That was the Creature. He does conventions too, so I just got to get them too, and then I'll have all the monsters on the poster. And I think as far as the kids go, the main kid's like friend, like I don't even know where that dude is these days. I don't even know, like if he even
Sean and Eugene.
Well, yeah, there's him too. Yeah, like Eugene, like the little kid. But then I think his friend, like this Patrick, I think was his name or something.
Yeah, Patrick. That's right. That's the only name I was forgetting there, Patrick.
He I don't even know what he ended up doing with his life, but he doesn't do conventions. And then Fat Kid, he actually died. I'm sure you guys know that. He died of pneumonia or something like that. But anyways, yeah, when I heard that Kino was putting this out, I was like, I couldn't have been more happy. I was just like, I couldn't believe we were actually getting this. I had a feeling it was probably going to come sooner or later just because of how popular it's become. But yeah, I popped this in the day I got it. And yeah, I don't know why it was selling out everywhere. I pre-ordered this like immediately when it came out for pre-order, and mine got back ordered, and I think I ended up getting it from I ordered it from Orbit or something, I think in the end. But they had it advertised as dinged slipcover.
Wow.
Yeah, like it actually said that in the description. I mean, there are some dings on it, but it's not that bad. It's okay. But
at least they were honest.
I know, right? Yeah. I mean, at least they're telling people that. So
I mean, like I ordered mine on Amazon. The corners aren't the best because it's covered in shrink wrap,
Oh.
but I was able to get it in time, considering the whole situation with it. So
that's
Yeah.
good. Yeah, mine had the wrap on it, and that's my corners were dinged, but it seems to be okay now. I don't know, not that bad, but yeah. I like the new art. I know it's similar, but it's a little bit different, and it's cool looking. But
At least it's different.
yeah, a little bit. But yeah, I mean, I could watch this movie over and over and over like a million times. It's so fun and easily my number one. Easily. So happy.
yeah. Dude, I definitely hold that film in high regard too, because I mean, my brother's passed away now, but when he came home from prison, I remember I was like, "So what do you want to do?" And he's like, I know you got movies. He's like, "You got the Monster Squad? I want to watch the Monster Squad." And I was like, "Fuck, we haven't watched that since we were kids, bro. Like, I can't believe you're mentioning the Monster Squad right now." But yeah, it's definitely a big film for me too. That's for sure.
That's cool, man.
Couldn't be happier.
Good pick, Tommy.
Yeah. If I didn't had picked this up like last year, that probably would have definitely been on my top 5 for sure. This is a
It's a cool
digibook,
release.
but I really
That's a
like the
nice looking
artwork
Damn,
on
that's
it.
nice, man.
I think
Yeah.
Turbine put that out.
Okay.
Oh my god,
Literally looks
that
like it. Literally looks like a book. That's trippy. Yeah.
dude, that is epic.
And it's
Todd,
got, like,
Todd got real quiet down there.
Who put that out?
Turbine. I
Turbine.
think it's Turbine.
It'll be in Todd's next video.
Just show you where to put it
Anyway,
on Orbit.
fuck your 4K.
It says Orbit has this tab right here. This is where you go into it. You'll find it here.
No, it was Cinemuseum.
Oh,
They did
okay.
like 4 different
Oh, dang.
different covers.
Variants.
Yeah.
Wow.
This is the one that I got. But I had the Wolfman's Got Nards that I picked up from
Don't do it,
Diabolic.
Sean. Don't do it. Don't do it, Sean.
Is it Blu-ray or
It's Blu-ray. It's not 4K.
Right.
Dude,
but-
that is still like so epic over the 4K in a way because of the artwork and it's a media book.
yeah. I mean, like I said, otherwise I would have been super stoked on that Monster
Oh, dude.
Squad. It would have been a day one purchase for sure.
Get the Kingdom 4K and stick it in that set.
Yeah. But my number one is going to be the Umbrella Talk to Me.
Hell yeah,
set
just
they
got
put
Good
that.
out.
choice, man.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, Chrissy just put out an unboxing video.
Yeah.
Shows a lot of stuff on that. I got the deluxe edition that came with the hand.
Smoke your weed. Smoke your weed out of this.
This
No, this is the
that hand. This hand doesn't.
yeah,
do that.
this is the Umbrella. This is like an actual cast of the prop, I guess,
Yeah.
but it's
Yeah.
blank. And
Texas
then,
says it could play as was it Uncle Thing from Adam's Family?
Yeah.
and then this is the A24 pipe that they put out.
That's the pipe, yeah.
Oh, the
Put
pipe.
your weed in there.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah,
fine.
you definitely got to make a video the day you pack that with weed. You got to make a video for that.
Yeah, it's
That
an
looks so
incense
bad.
burner.
Why don't they just do
Yeah.
one of the toe, dude, and put the smoke part right there, dude?
Is that felt on the bottom?
Felt pad, yeah. But I
Nice.
mean, this one, it's got to be someplace. It's very top heavy. which
That's
is
such a
just
great
sit very
release.
Flat.
That is such a great release, dude.
Yeah. And yeah, if you hadn't seen the movie, I mean, it's nothing really extravagant about it, but it's good storytelling, it's good filmmaking, completely new faces.
Yeah.
I thought believable characters as far as teenagers and likable characters, which you don't see in any of these movies anymore. Like
That's
they're
right,
just
did
waiting
like
for
a- yeah,
everybody
no,
to drop
Candace
off, like kill this motherfucker. And this movie, yeah, I thought all the characters were really likable. It's directed really well. They're doing a sequel, which could be kind of bittersweet, but the thing is, these guys already had like a lore written around it, so they had like a prequel and a sequel pretty much written for the
Like a
movie when it was
universe.
released.
Yeah, universe on it.
So I don't know. Let's see what they do with it. But that's my number one release for the year.
Hell yeah, that's a
Good pick, man.
sick release of that.
I mean, I would agree that's a solid release, but I just don't agree with the transgender character that's obviously picked out in about 5 minutes in the movie.
Well,
Dude, you're a
I didn't
girl.
even honestly. I didn't even know
Like,
that it was
come on,
a
man, like-
transgender chick. I just thought it was a I don't
Effeminate
know, a
guy.
masculine
Yeah.
chick. I've met.
It was
masculine
really
chicks
easy
like that
to pick
before.
it out though. Like I had to go on Google real quick, and I was like, "Wait, I gotta look at the cast real quick, cause like something's throwing me off here." And I looked out, I was like, "Ah, it's a dude." There we go. Never mind. I'll
Much
figure it
more
out.
believable than Elliot Page, in my opinion.
Yeah, I thought it was just a modern
But-
male.
Yeah,
You know,
like
just a really effeminate boy,
and, like,
boy guy.
Sophie
It just
Wilde,
stuck out like a sore thumb. But besides that, it is a good movie though. I will agree with that.
and like the main character was black. Like they didn't make that a big thing either. That wasn't crammed down your throat.
No,
like,
not at
ooh,
all.
our main character's not
Yeah,
a white person, you know.
yeah.
So that I respected a lot about
She's
it.
a good actress. She
She
was
was
right in that role.
an excellent actress.
Valid
Yeah.
point.
Yeah, I do agree on those points.
Well, my number one's gonna be no surprise. Early '70s cult classic. You know, it has that almost found footage like documentary style feel, and
Oh
Yeah,
God!
come on.
Okay, number one.
4K.
Is that a 4K or Blu-ray?
4K.
I
Okay,
knew
I
it.
couldn't tell.
I knew it. I knew it.
444K.
5.1.
Oh shit, that's 5.1.
Does have 5.1?
I'll be damned.
If anybody,
Are you sure you don't mean 8K?
Still on orbit for $40, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, they're talking about all 5 fingers.
It's actually 12K. So
Yeah.
Would that be 15K?
Trey K.
yeah, so whatever. Anyway, yeah, it's the TCM Dark Sky release.
Oh yeah.
This is,
Hell yeah.
this is the standard edition. The limited edition's the steelbook. I prefer this. Generally, I like standard editions better, but I feel this is the better. You know, you get the classic artwork and you get the new slip.
I love that new slip too, by the way.
That's the
I
slip
got that
cover of
release
the
as well.
Yeah.
Great release, great
Jason
looking
Edmondson.
release. You know, kind of like Tommy said, this was number one, and I had to figure out the rest. The second Alan talked about doing this, I knew this would be number one. I couldn't have been happier with this release. The price, the features, the artwork, you know, double artwork, of course. You get the inside, the insert is different than the slip. It's basically the perfect release for me. Numerous bonus features, too many to mention. I mean, it's absolutely loaded. Highlights would be the multiple commentaries. And when I say multiple, I don't know, there must be 5 commentaries on this fucking thing. 2 Toby Hooper commentaries, multiple different commentaries, multiple feature-length documentaries. I believe there's 3 full-length documentaries, 90-minute documentaries, cast and crew interviews, both new and archival. This one is the Turbine Media German scan. I believe it's the superior scan to the Second Sight scan. For you know, one reason, this is a great scan too, no doubt about it. But like I said, this one's like almost too clean. This looks like a brand new movie. This kind of, they leave some grindhouse elements to give it that gritty feel that, you know, we're all familiar with. One thing this has over the Second Sight release is this has a over an hour conversation between William Friedkin and Toby Hooper about Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
No.
Bonus feature is only available on this release. It's not available on this release.
Second size, yeah.
With this release, you do get a feature that's not available on this release, but this is a 8-minute featurette about masks, written by some British broad who wrote a book on masks, and she talks about masks for 8 minutes. Who gives a fuck? You know, this is the better release to get. I believe this is about $20. This, I think, is about $30 for the standard release. So standard versus standard, I don't think it's even close. But I have both. I'm happy to have both. If I was going to show somebody Texas Chainsaw Massacre for the first time, I'd probably show them this. You know, because it's the newer. It looks like a newer movie, but I feel like leaving in the touch of the grit and the filth in this.
I agree.
Yeah.
Really
need it.
Oh, absolutely. It's
you
grindhouse.
kind of need it for this movie. But like I said, you can't go wrong either way. Like I said, the documentaries, everything about it, man. I love this release, and I couldn't be happier with it. The price You know, I got no complaints. You know me, I
that
like
artwork
the
right there with the Leatherface and the eyeball man, the tear. It's fantastic.
Yeah,
That slip cover of the year. That's the slip cover of the year. That is awesome.
I couldn't argue with that one.
The grit and the grain is what the movie's so unsettling. You know?
Right,
Yeah.
of course.
it gives it that, I don't know, something about it, something about that feel. And I mean, I honestly think the next step for this movie is like, I don't know what you would call it, a grindhouse cut, where they degrade it and make it look the way it used to look. I honestly believe that's, so they can't make it look any better than this. I will give it to they did a great job with restoration, almost too good of a job. In fact,
Right, that can
too
happen.
good of a job.
Yeah, that can happen.
So,
Maybe put the VHS cut on that, on like the 4K release.
yeah, maybe
have
it'll be
another disc with a VHS cut or something.
Yeah, something like that.
You know,
Cool.
And there's like the other artwork they did, or the same artist did for Texas Chainsaw Massacre, did on a different release.
Oh, look at that.
That's
Yeah.
great artwork too.
Yeah.
Wow.
They
Yeah,
have that artwork available with the Turbine Media 4K Steelbook also.
Yeah.
Yeah, Brad, you just did a great job at deciphering the both of those. Like just
Yeah, man.
making the differences between both of those releases. I picked up the one with the eyeball slipcover. I haven't picked up the second site release yet, but either way, it sounds like both are winners. But you did a good job at really picking those apart.
Yeah, I was very interested on which
Think
one.
they tried copying it with this?
Oh yeah, they did. Of course they did, and I love that cover. Yeah.
Hey Tommy, do you have your custom slip for your old TCM release handy?
Yeah.
This is pretty cool.
Yeah. What? I forget. Like, who actually put this out?
I don't remember. Was it
Dark
another?
Side?
Was it
Well, I
another
mean,
Dark Sky?
The release that I have was the first 4K.
That was Dark Side Skyfilm.
Oh, Turbine Media.
Yeah, they put out some really cool covers. Like my favorite was like the, I don't know, like purplish one with like the
Yeah.
full body of
Yeah,
Leatherface,
I've
like
seen
a
that one
face
before.
behind it, but it's such an
This is a
iconic
custom
wicked
slip I
poster.
Somebody-
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Oh,
Dude,
Yeah,
that's
this is
sick.
just custom. Like the 4K didn't come with a slipcover, and it's I can't remember who put that out. Who did you say it was?
Turbine Media.
Okay.
German company.
So I bought this way before we ever got those new ones or whatever. But yeah, the slip is just custom. I got this from somebody on I can't remember Facebook or something, but yeah, it's cool.
that's a nice
That's pretty
slip
cool.
cover, though, man.
Nice, man. Nice artwork. It looks
Yeah.
like an official, slip.
it does.
Yeah, it does.
Paramount got the idea. We'll just re-release the 4K Friday 13th Steelbook and make a different type of cover, but the same type of scenario.
The only thing I hate about the Friday the 13th is that it's the steelbook itself is the exact same Blu-ray steelbook that we
It's
got.
the exact same thing. Yeah,
I was so mad about that. I mean, I liked the slip and everything, and obviously I picked it up, but
that's why I picked it up for.
You could have done something different with it, but-
Yeah, exactly.
If you're interested in Texas Chainsaw Massacre releases, check out Tony's channel, Basement Blues. He has a video where he goes through all of his TCM releases.
I've
Yeah,
never seen that one. That was very nice.
Yeah.
good call out there, Brad.
Yeah.
Yep, thanks.
So should I show off my honorable mentions first?
Yeah, go ahead.
Right.
I'm going to. Yeah.
So I got like 6 here. So I got to highlight some of the boutique labels that I haven't really mentioned yet. Primetime Panic 2. I love these like TV movies that Fun City Editions puts out. Very underrated label. One of Vinegar Syndrome's old partner labels that disbanded with them. This one's got The Death of Richie, Incident at Crest Ridge, and The Seduction of Gina on here. And just really cool made-for-TV movies from like the late 70s, early 80s that I just liked a lot. Got part 2 of that. The first set came in like a thick box, but the next was Rabid Grannies. I was super excited when this was announced because that cut version was dog shit. It's like a little over an hour, and they cut like 20-something minutes from the film.
I agree, man. I agree. But yeah, when I heard about that full cut, I was like, "Fuck, dude! It's fucking. I'm in Candyland right now."
So I didn't watch the whole film yet, but I skimmed through it and it looks pretty good. Doesn't look as good as Mother's Day, but still really happy to have this one in the collection. And it's one that I've been wanting to grab. And they put out a full version forever. This one was kind of like a re-release from Kino. but it's one that I really want to mention because I love the film. And this one was produced by Olive Films originally, and then Kino put it out, and that's Secret Admirer. Just an all around great movie. This cover art's way better than the Olive Films one was, but Kelly Preston, just her face was on the cover of the other one.
That's
but
right. Yeah.
Great Lori Loughlin early role with her. C. Thomas Howell's in here. You got Fred Ward, Dee Wallace. It's just an all-around great cast. Corey Haim's in here as his little brother as well. Casey Simasco is great in here from 3 O'Clock High. Fun-ass movie, man. Very underrated 80s movie. Check that one out.
It in years. I used to watch it when I was younger.
It's great.
That is really cool cover art on that.
Yeah.
I just got that in.
My favorite comedy of the year, I have to highlight this one too. If you saw my last video, it's Strays. The talking dog movie is fucking hilarious. No one talks about this shit, but it's Will Ferrell and Jamie Foxx playing these fucking talking dogs, punching up the storm and shit. Will Forte is like the owner, and he's calling the dog a piece of shit. The whole movie is about this dog that gets left for dead basically, and he teams up with the other dog, Jamie Foxx's character, and fucking get revenge.
Don't a bunch of poodles ask him for something like, hey, you want a good time?
Yeah, they want to bite Will Forte's dick off, and that's the whole part of the fucking movie. It's great. It's funny as shit. So, Strays is awesome.
You're in the wrong part of town.
Yeah, it's good. This one I would have put in my top 5, but I don't. Re-releases from Criterion just kind of turn me the wrong way because they do the exact same packaging. But I fucking love Dazed and Confused so much.
Yeah.
So this one got the 4K this year. Hopefully, if Fast Times gets a 4K treatment like next year or something.
Yeah, I'm sure it will.
I heard that shortly after the Blu-ray of the Criterion was put out from Fast Times, I heard they were working on a 4K already. So. Hopefully that comes, but anyways, the features on that one are great too. So, but this is just something I needed in the collection, and anybody that enjoys like stoner cinema and like late 70s like coming of age stuff, great movie.
Stoner cinema.
That's
cinema.
It's a thing.
Most of Brian's collection is considered stoner cinema.
Yeah.
That's a big subgenre.
The last honorable mention I have was had to be an MVD Rewind collection. Had to highlight one of their releases because I have the whole collection. So does Pops. And that's The Last American Virgin.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
This is easily one of my favorite 80s movies. This release is great because it does combine the transfer from Olive that was a better transfer than the Arrow Video release transfer from back in the day, but it also has all the features that the Arrow Video release had on here. So it's not really anything new if you own both those releases separately, but it's like a mix mash of what the best of both worlds from those releases were. So this is just a great 80s movie that's underseen, underrated, and I fucking love it. Great movie.
Still got a terrible fucking ending though. That ending's just rough, man.
Yeah,
that's why that movie stands out. Is most of those kind of movies have happy endings.
The ending
and that one damn sure doesn't.
Mm-hmm. So, it's not a happy ending. It's like kind of like The Mist, but for romantic comedies.
Oh,
yeah, what a horror.
Yeah, my number one's gonna have to be Dawson's Creek. This complete series.
Yes.
Hell yeah.
I've been waiting years for this to come out on Blu-ray. I know I'm a big Kevin Williamson fan. I like everything that he writes and everything. Big James Van Der Beek fan.
He's not kidding. You guys are sitting there like waiting for the punchline. Yeah, he's serious.
There's no punchline. No punchline at all.
Katie Holmes.
Yeah, Katie Holmes, Joshua Jackson, Michelle Rodriguez.
Joshua Jackson. I keep on forgetting his name.
It's got the original music back in it where they they had eliminated it from the DVD release, so that's great.
Oh wow.
I've watched a couple episodes from this. I haven't watched the whole series, obviously, but me and Coco are going to watch it in the new year, just binge the whole thing. But it just looked like shit on DVD for years and years, and then for them to upgrade it finally, it was great. And this is number one.
Mill Creek. Yeah, Mill Creek released that.
Unexpected, but it's an unexpected pick right there. I mean, that's the last thing I would expect anybody to pick, but I can respect that all day. I really can.
I love
Yeah,
Just
Mill
like
Creek.
because
we
when
should
we
like
elaborate on it, it makes sense.
Yeah.
Mill
I
Creek
didn't
is
see
really
my
good company,
number one
too.
on
They're
anyone's
really
list yet. So
Good deal, man. I really like that you mentioned Last American Virgin.
Yeah.
Love that movie.
yeah, that's a classic.
All right. Well, I guess I'll show off one honorable mention, and that is, the Highlander 4K. When this one came out, I thought it would be bigger. I thought more people would talk about it and things like that.
Yeah.
It seemed like no one talked about it. No one hardly showed it off or did reviews on it. It was like, okay, I picked up the Steelbook, because that thing was cheap. It was only like $20.
Yeah, Best Buy Steelbook. Yeah.
Yeah, and so I grabbed that Studio Canal version, and this was a really cool set. And I think even right now, this is like on Orbit's clearance section, like this exact set for like $29 or maybe even lower.
That's a
super
sick
cheap.
media book. That's a sick, nice.
And so yeah, this one's got the
Fuck.
Dude,
opens
yeah.
up, got that sort of digi thing going on.
Oh,
And then they
dude.
gave you some cool extras. There was a mini comic book in there.
Oh,
That was pretty cool. And they gave you like the set of buttons as well.
Oh,
then
Brad loves those.
It's got like
he's speaking my language with that, dude.
Oh, my
it's
jeans
got
are-
like the booklet. It's got all the
God.
stuff that you're used to. It's got the poster,
Oh,
art cards, all that.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean you can get like that whole set like still I think, and it's like pretty cheap.
Oh, okay.
But,
I picked
would
up the
mention
4K
that
slip
one.
whatever at Best Buy for Black Friday for what was it, Brad? $9.99. I
Yeah,
think it was.
$9.99.
It was less.
But my number one pick, and I've showed it off actually on some of these streams before.
Won't hurt your back picking this up.
Yeah, it's that.
Oh,
I wanted to grab that, man, but damn it.
wow.
The House 4K media book set there.
Wow.
This thing's great.
Yeah,
It is heavy. The top and bottom of it's like made of wood, and then it's like covered and like this is leather bound. This whole thing,
yeah, that's sick.
and these are great.
Oh, geez.
Like this is just like an extra one. I mean, this is just like an informational, book here.
Novel.
But yeah, it's a whole novel.
My
That's
God, yo, I didn't even know about the book. I knew that box. I was aware of that box set. I didn't know about the book inside, though. Fuck,
5
man.
books.
Yeah, but there's that artwork. That artwork's so
That's
nice.
killer. Yeah.
You got the first one there. And
How much was it? How much was the set, Todd?
$200, a
It's
little bit
still
over.
available?
That was the first payment.
No, it's
Insurance for it.
The 4K Blu-ray.
I mean, there was only a few that hit the States. I mean, like Orbit had just a handful. Diabolic got in a couple, but they haven't been able to get any more in. And if you try to buy it overseas, it's only available through like a third-party seller on Amazon Germany. And now it's it's going to run you like probably around 300, or so.
If you got
Yeah.
that for 2, you got to steal.
Yeah.
Even that's not. I feel like 300 is not even a bad price, though.
Yeah,
I want to
because
say
media
advertisements
books.
for
I
like
mean, they
$250 or something, but
media books run you. I mean, sometimes $50-$60.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, to get that whole set, and that's just like
yeah, the
that's
leather bound and everything.
Sits like Toulon's trunk. That's like probably the nicest, box type set I've seen.
Yeah, that's pretty damn close to being it. It has to be for this year. I don't think anything comes close to that. So.
I mean, I heard about the box set. I haven't seen it till now. You're the first person I've
Like in
seen
person.
presenting it on video right now,
It's a
and that
hefty
thing
price
is
tag.
epic, dude. That is, fuck, dude. Yo, fuck everyone else's number one. That just kills it right there. What else you guys got right now?
I wouldn't say that's better than Caddy Hack, but I mean, it's
Yeah.
good.
Caddy Hack was close. It was close.
Yeah.
Never
Yeah,
been.
the artwork alone on those, like
Never
that's why
been
those
so
media
glad.
books are so
that
cool.
George went from Cheers. Norm.
Never been so glad I,
I
can't
mean,
read.
what? We're 3 hours into the stream. Just end it now.
Also,
All right, what's Tony got?
My number one is this Disney 100-year edition. I mean, it only costed $1,650 in taxes, but I mean, it's gorgeous.
More than my rent.
I do have some honorable mentions though. I do have the Changeling Second Sight edition.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I love this film, and it's a really nice set.
Me too. Great film.
One big missed opportunity was when they released Kill Bill 1 and 2 on Blu-ray. I don't know why they didn't do a 4K release for these. I think there might be a 4K coming out.
Yeah.
Well, that's
Yeah.
what they
Same
re-released.
way,
right?
same way with Jackie Brown.
Yeah,
They
I've
should've-
heard the
they
Jackie
should've
Brown.
done-
Yeah, it's
They
got
gotta
to
be
be
at some
coming.
point. I'm holding out.
Yeah, but
I
my number
remember
one,
before the summer, like Jackie Brown went out of print on Blu-ray, and then I was like out of nowhere, all these Quentin Tarantino films were going out of print on Blu-ray, and then they were being re-released again,
yeah.
which is now.
I don't ever see his.
But my
films
number
going out of
one
print.
release would be the Arrow Psycho set. I love Psycho, and I enjoy all these films. And this is a nice set. Of course, Chris did a great unboxing. Oh, was it Chris? Yeah, Chris did it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I haven't opened mine up. I've got all the films in the other flimsy Blu-ray set, but
Yeah,
that
the
would be my
Universal
number
set.
one.
Yeah,
the
Universal set. I have that.
That's not a bad set either.
No, it's not.
No, it's a good set.
Universal set.
Good, Tony. Awesome.
Oh yeah.
All right, honorable mentions. Like Tony, I too love the Changeling.
Oh yes,
He's
It's
got
a really nice
incredible
release.
in this film. And this is a different scan from the Severin release.
Okay.
So that's important to note. And I love the artwork on this. It's great artwork. I think it's way better than the Severin's artwork.
Yeah.
I like
Totally
these
agree.
chunky box sets and stuff. And yeah, so that's a great
The
one.
fucking Severin release, it's got like a hand on the cover. It looks like a little kid drew it.
I know. It's
I
so
mean, what's the point of
And then
that?
on top of it, Severin's going to charge you up the ass.
Yeah,
So you
and
might
they-
as well just get the damn.
Yeah,
How about that one with
Wait,
the cobweb
done-
wheelchair?
are you saying that Severin actually released a box set of the Changeling? Because like this is the Severin Blu-ray right
Yeah,
here.
they did a
I have that
4K.
same one.
yeah,
They
they
did
did
a
two different
4K of
ones.
Severin, from Severin.
Mhm.
I just bought the standard one that came with the with the slipcover or whatever. It's just a
That's a good
regular
release.
standard release,
Yeah,
but that has the original artwork on it, and that
Yeah.
looks way better than what you have right there.
We're not talking about that, Sean. We're talking about the 4K Severin put out.
Oh, okay,
Severin did
all
a
right,
So
that
little
makes sense.
different.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
no,
sorry, sorry about that.
No, I think this box. I still think this box set has the best artwork.
I still prefer that artwork than even the wheelchair.
Yeah.
You got
The wheelchair is
I
nice.
mean,
I
I
like
don't
I
know.
like the wheelchair artwork a lot because it does kind of have like a shine to it.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
creepy.
and like a
yeah,
foil
Spy
on it.
gloss or
Yeah.
something.
Yeah.
All the foil.
This to me just makes more sense with the original artwork. That's all. I don't think that artwork's bad. I just feel like this is more familiar.
Oh, for sure. And
The
it does
scene in
have
that
the
house is
wheelchair.
creepy.
It does have the wheelchair up there.
Yeah.
It's just
Yeah,
not
it's
the
in
main
there.
emphasis of it. Yeah.
Right.
And then
It's definitely not bad artwork. I just kind of prefer the original.
No,
That's all.
yeah, no, the original. I love that artwork too. Actually, in that Blu-ray release, I really do.
Yeah.
And then I got the Creator. This is a brand new release.
Oh, nice.
This looks amazing on 4K. Really, really nice. It's a sci-fi story, so I had to pick it up and watch it because we don't get a ton of sci-fi nowadays. The story's pretty basic. It's nothing too crazy. You've seen it before, but it's got really good acting, great cinematography. I mean, the visuals just look amazing. So I enjoyed the Creator.
I heard that it's a lot like Star Wars. Is it? Like I mean, like in a way, like newer Star Wars.
No, I mean, I'll take this over newer Star Wars.
Yeah.
I'm sure a lot of people really would. Like, I'm not saying like, is it better?
Right, Alan.
Like, is it better than new Star Wars? But I feel like I've been hearing that it's similar to films like Rogue One, Force Awakens, something like that, which
Well,
are good
I would say-
films. But
I would say it's got
I
a little
just-
bit more of a darker story to it. It's PG-13, but you know, there is some like bloody aftermath when people are getting killed and stuff, and it's just, I think it takes itself more seriously than like the Star Wars films and stuff.
But it's better than the.
Okay.
But I do like
I
Rogue
just-
One. I do enjoy
Rogue One's a great standalone.
Look, newer Star Wars is very questionable. Even for me, that's a big fan of Star Wars. But
Kind of going
I
off
just
topic.
kept hearing about that the creator is very similar to newer Star Wars films. I haven't watched the film yet. I've only seen the trailer. It looks good, but I don't know what to make of it.
Well, it is from the director of Rogue One. That's probably
I
why.
like the
there's-
sound of that. I like Rogue One.
Yeah, and I like
love
Rogue
Rogue
One
One.
too.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then we've got a couple Criterions. We got Don't Look Now and the others.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It releases.
Yeah, both look amazing on 4K. The others is great. But these are also first time watches for me as well. So Don't Look Now, great. You know, Donald Sutherland just killing it acting wise. I love the cinematography in this movie. It's set in Italy, so it just looks fantastic. You know, I love all those like old buildings, churches. That whole aesthetic is great. And the
It's
other
like-
solid performance by Nicole Kidman and the kids. Both the kids are really good actors in this too.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And I just really enjoy the film, and I thought it looked great. Even with some of the digital fog or whatever, it's still looking. And then we got, of course, a couple, you know, give a little shout out, a little love to Scream Factory with these steelbooks, Pumpkinhead and the Blob 4K steelbooks here.
Fuck Scream Factory.
Yeah, fuck these guys. What do they know?
The
Oh, yeah.
continuation on the Pumpkinhead steelbook is cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's great looking steelbook for Pumpkinhead. That was up there for my steelbook of the year. That's a great looking steelbook for them.
I'll give a little love
Yeah.
to Blu-ray out there if you're gonna watch like a newer film, a newer horror film. I would
show
say
it.
go ahead and check out Cobweb.
There it is. Yep. Yep. Horror
love
of the year.
Cobweb.
Absolutely. Yep.
Nah, can't do it.
Yeah,
Tried
Anthony
it, can't do
Starr,
it.
man, this guy.
Really?
Anything he's in, just go ahead and watch it.
He
He's
looks
great
like
in
Zac
Dancing.
Efron there.
He's great in The Boys. Great in everything.
Yeah.
But I like the slow burn of this film. It does lose me. I know Tony actually is the opposite of me. Tony prefers, I think, the third act. For me, the third act kind of loses me a bit because it turns into like a
derails it.
different movie in the third
Yeah.
act. I like the slow burn, slow pace, the first two acts, and then the third act kind of just it switches gears big time. But I still enjoy it. It's good. I just prefer the first two acts more.
Yeah.
It sounds
it
like you
doesn't
like that
have to
build
make
up.
sense.
It sounds
that?
like you enjoy the build up.
Yeah, I enjoyed the build up.
Yeah.
Yeah, the first two acts, the build up of everything, and then the third act kind of gets a little crazier. It turns into like a different type of
That's-
horror film.
Yeah.
It's funny you get Gary Busey's son in that, who's like 12 years old. Gary Busey's like 112. You got like a 12-year-old kid in that. Gary Busey's hot young wife's in that movie.
Yeah.
And Gary Busey's crazy. It's awesome.
And my number one pick is the Hellraiser.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Quartet of Torment here. Yep. I love the first two films. You know, 3 and 4 are okay. You know, the third one, I love the visual effects of it. The effects still look great, and Doug Bradley's doing an excellent job acting. But the lead in that, the lead female actress, is god awful. I mean, just terrible. And it's funny because the two British guys on the new commentary that's on this are like, "Oh, she's so great," you know, she's so, you know,
Yeah.
like, and all this stuff, and you know, cheerio. Like,
Oh,
they're
of
like
course.
really like, they're really building her up. Like she's like this great actress, and I'm like, dude, stop! She's not even there on the commentary with you. You don't got to kiss her ass. You
Right.
know? I'm like, God damn! They're like,
Third one-
I mean, if you can't call her performance in that third movie just awful, then I think you're just full of shit. I mean, there's just no doubt. But Doug Bradley's excellent, and the effects look really. There's a lot of good gore in there.
It's more of a slasher than all of them.
Yeah, it's got
Yeah,
that
it's more
slasher, that
slasher.
90s slasher. They're trying to Americanize it, which is fine if they had found a better actress. Then I think it could have been great. But the first two films, those are the ones to watch. I love the music. Christopher Young does the score. It's an excellent score. The acting's solid all the way around. You know, Clive Barker directing, and the fact that he wrote this story, just, you know, he gets to see his vision out to the fullest. And it's amazing. I mean, you know, just from the practical effects. And it's funny because it's not even really about the Cenobites, you know.
Yep.
It's more about Julia and her relationship. And
It's a love story.
yeah, it's like a dark, twisted love story.
It feels like none of the movies are about.
No, the Cenobites are just right. They're just there to, like, you know, basically take you to hell, torture you, whatever.
Yeah.
They're like the police of the world, like the dark, evil, like
Right.
hell police.
Pleasure and pain indivisible. Yeah.
Right, and then they just show up to grab you, kill you. You know, you get some great gore and and all that stuff in there. But yeah, definitely, check out this Hellraiser quartet of torments. The films look great, especially the first two.
Yeah.
And, yeah, definitely worth picking up for sure.
Yeah. Before it predates Event Horizon, there's a scene with a mirror in there, a mirror kill. It's like great. It holds
It is.
up. Yeah.
Yeah, it's really solid, man.
Good deal, man. What you got, Sean?
All right, we're on number 1 now. Turn up this volume. All right, this was mentioned by one person on here already, which is a bit of a surprise, and I decided to settle on the actual standard Blu-ray on this because I've never seen this movie. Very familiar with it. I'm very familiar with the filmmaker, and this is from Arrow Video, and this is Blood and Black Lace.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, like, I did want to, like, really push for that 4K, especially because the actual 4K itself that you presented, Chris, like, it has that Giallo look to it. It has that white outline look with the yellow colors and everything.
The
But
arcade version, as they call it.
Yeah, that is more relatable to Giallo with Mario Bava in general, but just something about this new artwork and the fact that I'd never seen the movie, and also the price factor was really killing me on it. And I was like, you know what? Let's just settle for the regular limited edition box set on Blu-ray. And just sitting down and watching this film once I got this in the mail, man, just really blew me away. Just a very stylish film. I mean, Mario Bava in general is just a very stylish Italian director over overall, just with his work. But man, I mean, Chris already brought this to our attention earlier with these limited edition contents here. Like, look at that fucking paragraph. I mean, I don't expect you guys to read all that shit, but Jesus Christ, I haven't even gotten around to all these contents yet. But man, this is easily at the same time, this is the first Arrow set that I've seen that came with a slipcover. They're famous for their actual J cards, but this is like a slip cover. Just comes right off of it.
Different style for sure than usual Arrow limited edition.
And I do like that, but it doesn't protect the bottom from sliding it off of your shelf. So you got to be careful now. You got to be careful with sliding it on and off of your shelf. But besides that, just a very solid release. Comes with a nice booklet and everything. I mean, I did a separate unboxing video on this. I think this is like an 80-page booklet, 62-page booklet that this comes with, and just very wow. My light system just fell apart. Okay, okay. Anyway, but just overall, I'm very surprised with this film. Very stylish film, and yeah, I mean, like overall. There's really a lot of Mario Bava films that I need to really catch up on, and if it wasn't for Dario Argento, I really wouldn't be very familiar with Mario Bava these days. So, but yeah, overall, like, this really does kill it for the best release that I picked up this year. Blood and Black Lace.
Very nice.
Good deal, man.
What did it for me is just the opening. You see them all. They look like mannequins, and they introduce the characters. I've never seen anything like that in film. It's crazy.
Yeah, it is complex in a way in the beginning there. I agree with that.
Absolutely. All right. Just I'll go off these honorable mentions last real quickly. My slasher of the year, Killer Goats. Fuck no. That's from over there.
Please.
Actually, my slasher of the year, I'm going to do a quick shout out. My boy Anthony, yeah, sick. Sick is my slasher of the year. I love this thing. This is what a couple of Scream films should have been. I like the setting of this slasher, and it's really fast paced, and I like it a lot. So quick shout out to that. I'd like a Blu-ray or 4K of this. I think it would sell. So yeah, that's it. Cobweb.
Yeah,
So that's only on
Kevin
DVD.
Williamson.
Only on DVD. Yep.
Yeah,
Okay.
Kevin Williamson
It was a
wrote-
Blumhouse release through Peacock. So of course, a Side Hustle mentioned this one right here. Like I said, you can get this one cheap. You know, that was a good release for Highlander. Yeah, of course, the 4K Steelbook of Pumpkinhead. Yeah, this is a badass Steelbook.
Good mention. Dude, yo, Chris, seriously, that's a good mention. I wanted that in my top 5, but there was just some other ones that I wanted to pick over it. But that definitely wins best artwork Steelbook of the year for me.
And then here it is. I didn't open it yet, but yeah, the Wicker Man. This is my Steelbook of the year. I love this sucker. It comes with I've seen the final cut. I have a Blu-ray with the final cut on here. Yeah, I love this film, but yeah, it's my Steelbook of the year. Great release.
Yeah, I wish I could have found that.
The economy version of the Empire of Scream set.
It's a nice set.
Yeah, it is. So
Yeah, they did a good job with that one.
yeah, for Robot
Yeah,
Jocks,
apparently,
that's what I'm
like-
looking for.
Apparently, Arrow re-released a second wave of that.
Yeah, that's
Like it went out of print or something, and then they just released a second wave of it or something.
Yeah,
yeah, that's the version he has.
yeah, I got it.
And then Mr. Mantis showed it. Of course, this version right here.
Oh, yeah.
It's a nice set. And then, of course, this guy right here.
Oh,
yeah.
possession!
Yeah, possession. Yeah. Not for everybody, but I like it. All right.
I love that movie. That movie is right up my fucking alley. I love that movie.
It's a trip. We've given Kino some love, and you were all talking about these films in a stream, and why not? I'm going to put some love on it. What the hell are you looking at, Cujo? Dude, yeah, I've been waiting for this release for a while, and yeah, we got it. And great cover and all this other stuff too. Good special features in the back of this here too. I know that looks the way it looks and stuff like that, but that's still fucking terrifying. I love this film to death. This is a good transfer for me. It scared me watching it as a kid. It scares me to this day. It still terrifies me. It's a better adaptation. It's better than the book is. The book is a little bit different, usually King's books are to film. Killer Saint Bernard. Like they say, he describes a Saint Bernard in the book weighing up to 200 pounds. Yeah, you give him rabies. Nicest dude in the world. You give him rabies, and sure enough, he goes on a killing spree. Yeah, but that's my number one release of the year. That's Cujo.
Great pick, man.
Yes.
You know I'm a big fan of it.
Free as shit, Beethoven.
That's a killer for me right there.
All right, I got a few honorable mentions here that I'll get to my number one. I got a German media book of Eden Lake.
Ooh.
That's awesome.
Man, if you ain't seen this movie, this is a gritty ass movie.
Yeah.
Michael Fassbender or whatever her name is.
Right.
Chick from Yellowstone.
Her name.
Man, she is she's badass in this. This is a really gritty, grimy fucking movie. Big fan of it. So I had to grab that media book. And
Dude, that is probably the best edition for Eden Lake, though. What the fuck?
Yeah,
I don't
yeah, I
even
got
know the
more
edition
of it.
for that.
I
think
seen
it's
this.
like a
I had to
German
grab it.
media book.
I watched that movie on streaming, and I didn't have a physical release of it. So when I seen that, it was a no-brainer. Of course, you got Bloodsport on 4K. There was various versions of this one here. This is the only one I could get. The other one sold out. I think Tony might have the other ones. I'm not sure. But this was a really great media book. House of a Thousand Corpses, man. I love this thing when this thing came out.
It's cool.
Big fan of the movie. Love the artwork on this thing.
I thought about mentioning that when I forgot it was released this year. We're way early though.
Yeah, you got the art cards, which you always get, but you get these different stuff on the back of the art cards, like from the script. I thought was a nice touch. That was really, really cool release. Really fun movie.
That poster that comes with that is really cool looking.
Yeah, and this next honorable mention here. This is a really, really rare release. It's one of one. It's the Armageddon Criterion
Right.
Blu-ray. And
Yeah, I tried picking that up, but it was sold
it's
out.
even got the best damn disaster movie ever, bitches. Potts Movie Dojo on the back. So,
Release of the year.
I love this fucking thing. My buddy Sasha's Sexy Monkey. Go check out his channel, man. He made this for me, and he just did a fucking bang up job, man. It looks like a actual Blu-ray Criterion release.
That's
You
crazy.
know, they got a DVD release, whatever, but you know, he gave me the case. So I got my special features, and I got my DVD Armageddon in here, and I got my Blu-ray Basic Bitch Armageddon. So I got a Blu-ray DVD combo, and this thing here is just fucking beautiful, man. I love it. He did a fantastic job with this thing. I had to
heard
mention
it
it.
sold out in like 1.3 seconds.
Yeah,
It did. It did.
Re-release of the year.
Yeah. So like I said, you know, this was I couldn't make it my number one because obviously it was just made for me, whatever. But this is one of my favorite things I got in my room. I love this fucking movie. Probably the best release I ever get of it. All right, so move on to my number one, and that's going to be Psycho 2 4K.
Woo!
Came in this really nice set though.
Yes, it did.
But I'm just going to talk about this one here. This is my favorite horror movie of all times. When I heard this was getting a 4K, like Chris was saying, this was day one, second one when I seen it was coming out.
Yeah.
I adore this movie, everything about it. The box set's beautiful too, by the way. It's already been mentioned, so I'm not going to go into it. But Arrow just absolutely killed it. This is my box set of the year for sure. And whenever we were decided to do this stream, I knew this was going to be my number one. This was high on my list to get a 4K, and I'm just thrilled as hell to have it. So that's my number one of the year by a pretty far stretch.
Woo!
And by the way, Chris, you mentioned Cujo 4K. I'm pissed I didn't. I should have pulled that for an honorable mention. I'm glad you mentioned that.
Yeah.
Okay, pause. Gotcha.
It's hard to remember all the shit you get throughout the year.
Yeah. I'll mention
But-
an honorable mention too, even though I don't have it from Criterion. Thelma and Louise.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I personally feel like I can agree with you there, though. Seriously, with Psycho 2, like, I mean, a lot of people speak of Psycho 1, this, that, and the other thing, but Psycho 2 is what
Yeah.
really drew me into the franchise as it was.
Tom
Yeah,
Holland.
man. It's, Anthony Perkins playing that character, man. I've talked about it on this fucking channel so many times, but there's just something about it, and just like you know, the fucking shot here, you can see it on the disc there. But when he walks down the stairs, that shot with the house in the background, you see the silhouette.
Oh yeah.
You know, this tall, goofy, lanky ass, whatever. There's something about that fucking scene is so iconic.
Like you do in the intro to the show. Ding with the flipping shovel. Just
Yeah.
bam.
Man, it's great.
I just know at the end of that movie, when he's getting stabbed in his hands, it's just like so uneasy to watch that scene when he's blocking stabs in his hands. Like, oh my God.
But
So
when he goes
sensitive.
full fucking crazy again, he's on the phone and he has that
Yeah,
smile.
he answers the
Kind
phone.
of turns his eyes to the side. It's fucking
Yeah. It's definitely a well crafted sequel. Really is.
Yeah. And those the other ones are great too. Part 3 and 4 are great too. I love part 3. Jeff Fahey's great in part 3.
Yeah, 4's a
Yeah.
trip. 4's
Yeah.
a flat trip.
All right, let's catch up with the chat here, guys. We'll get on out of here. 3 hours 25 minutes. We called it just about. Not bad.
Yeah, not bad.
Caveman, of course, we ain't out here yet. Caveman says, Alan, you should get this. You should get Sly to send you one of his busts. Yeah, motherfucker won't return my fucking emails. Hope said number one is the Doom Generation from Strand releasing. So pumped this finally is out
Yeah.
and uncut such a gem.
Yeah, that should have been honorable mention too
I'm
for me.
surprised Brian didn't pull that one. Yeah.
Yeah, it's fucking great.
Jetstream said, one says, hey, you better pick up one of these soon or they'll be gone. Person 2 said, that's it. We're throwing down right now. Yeah, that conversation has happened. I know between me and Brad and you other guys quite a few times.
Yeah.
Throw it down right now.
Of course, Brad's usually the one that tells me you don't need that. You don't need that. Of course, as soon as he says it, I have to order it.
Yeah.
So,
You point the finger down right now. You're just gonna knuckle up.
John Doe says you can save some good money on Orbit's damage. A lot of times, it's not even as bad as Amazon.
True. They take pictures of that too.
Eddie says my number one is Chucky 4 through 7 4K from Screen Factory. My
Nice.
favorite horror franchise of all times, obviously.
Yeah, Brad 4K was up there for me too.
Jolie C, what's going on? Love that movie. It'll always be one of my favorites. I'm not sure which one.
Yeah, the first Child's Play looks really good in 4K.
It's
12K.
Yeah.
Tanta, what's going on? This, number 5 is Sleepy Hollow. Nameless Bus 4K. 4 is Halloween 2.
Well, these are all big
Bust.
bus releases.
Okay, 3 is Chucky, Nameless Bust 2, Possession 4K Umbrella. 1 is Blade in the Dark, Vinegar
Vinegar
Syndrome.
Syndrome. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Nice.
Well, that was
Alright.
a good release by Vinegar Syndrome. Yeah, that was.
Solid top picks there.
Yeah, Sculder wants to know if 5.1 is the IMDb rating. I
Probably
don't think the IMDb should be that high.
Brad smiles about that.
might not be that high.
John Doe says, "Well, the slip you get both artworks with TCM. Loved it."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hagen K says, "Anyone checked out Godzilla -1 yet?"
Not yet.
No.
Apparently,
I
it's
wish
the
I-
best movie of the year.
I wish I would have, because I went to the movies the other day, kind of snuck off, went and seen the movie, and I went and watched that new Nicolas Cage movie, Dream Sequence.
Yeah.
Very disappointed.
That's A24, right? Yeah.
A24, very disappointed. I love Nicolas Cage. I'm a big A24 fan, and like I said, it wasn't terrible. It was just so fucking slow. I don't. Maybe a second watch, I like it more. I get all the A24, so I'll buy it. I'm gonna watch it again. It wasn't terrible.
I'm surprised you didn't go see Silent Night.
Yeah.
You know, there was a few I wanted to go see, and I really like
John
Nicolas
Woo film?
Cage.
Yeah.
I've been wanting to see this film, and I've been kind of waiting for it. And I think I just set the bar a little too high. It does take an interesting twist about the middle part of the movie. I'm not gonna hate on it. It was okay, and I think on multiple watches I might like it more.
Yeah.
You know, now that I know what it is. Nicolas Cage did a great job. Definitely a weird character for him to play, but it was all right. I'm just gonna say it was all right, and I'm gonna watch it again before I give my true opinion. But it was just all right.
I think you'll like Silent Night.
Yeah, that was on the list. Like I said, it didn't start at the right time.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that was the only thing really playing at the time that I could go see. It was between that and Godzilla.
There's a
I wish
lot
I'd seen Godzilla.
of death sentence vibes to Silent Night.
That's what it looked like from the trailer. That stars
Yeah.
that one dude who played RoboCop in the remake. I forget his name. He played
Joel
Flash.
Kinnaman.
Yeah, dude, that dude. He's
He's
a
excellent
tall
in
one.
that movie.
Yeah, he's a big dude.
Very, very good in that movie. He doesn't get enough credit. A lot of people shit on him as an actor. He's actually really good. He's
Yeah.
great in the show The Killing too.
Yeah, that's why I
He's
I
good in
introduced
Suicide
him.
Squad.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Flag.
I like him as
Squad.
Rick Flag. Yeah, he's good. Hey,
Benicio,
Benicio.
motherfucking Horcholo. What's going on, bud?
Yeah, what's up?
Good to see you, man.
Benicio's here. What's up, Vinny?
Chris Holland
Back in the
says
motherfucker.
the same thing I just said. John Public, what's going on? Finally, someone else says The Dark Sky is better. I agree. Most just say Second Sight because of reputation,
Oh, there you go.
in my opinion.
Yep.
Yeah, true.
Can't go wrong either way.
Yeah. Tana says Godzilla -1 is the best movie of the year. Strong.
Keep
Wow.
hearing
I've
great
been
things.
hearing that very much, man, from a lot of people. I need to say that.
It's not like your friendly neighborhood Godzilla here to fight monsters for you. From what I understand, he's here to destroy the planet or whatever.
It's like post World War II, I think the setting is. I believe, but
The creature design looks really good.
It looks good.
it broke records for a foreign film brought over here.
Just based on that concept, it's got me sold.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Cayman said directed and co-written by Gareth Edwards, who some critics say made the best Star Wars movie since The Empire Strikes Back. 2016 Star Wars movie called Rogue One: The Creator.
Yeah, there was one called The Return of the Jedi, but you know that movie sucks, right?
Johnny Darko says Gary Busey. Let's talk about buttered sausage. Give me two.
Utah, give me two.
Jetstream says the sex scene in Hellraiser 3 is hilarious.
Yeah.
There's a lot of bad acting in that movie all the way around.
It's pretty bad.
Pretty much, it's
It's
just
barely even a sex scene, though. Like, what are we even talking about right now?
yeah, it's bad. Doug Bradley.
It's not really a sex scene. It's barely even a nudity scene.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, Bradley's the only reason to watch that movie. Really,
whipping
And then-
CDs at people.
Yeah. See.
There's a thing here that says Born to Be Rad was banned and their comments were removed.
Oh, he was here. I saw Garrett in the chat.
Did I miss something? Also, possession is for everybody.
I would agree.
I agree.
Strongly agree. If you like tentacle monster sex,
Oh, all day.
Just
All
fun
day, man.
characters
Hit you from all ends. Why not?
David
and wacky
Cronenberg
monologues.
and Lars von Trier and David Lynch make a child and they call it possession. I mean,
Okay, listen, please make sure you Christmas slay the like button on your way out. Everyone have a blessed holiday and New Year. Same to you, buddy.
You too, guy.
Yeah, take care, guy.
Yeah, man.
Hey, man.
Yeah, this is
There
a
was some
great
really good
release.
releases this year. Yeah, there was.
Yeah.
A lot to choose from.
Definitely.
325 right on the nose. Good night, everyone. Yep.
Have a good night, Juggalo.
Yeah, man. All right,
Night.
guys, we are caught up with the chat and yeah, worked out well. So hell, we got so many people on here. Y'all just shout out. Y'all got something y'all want to promote or anything coming up?
I just want to shout out one more release, and that's Surviving the Game with its first
Oh
time.
yeah.
Hey,
Yeah,
very good. I'm doing something tomorrow with Pop's Movie Dungeon on Dirk's channel. We're doing Pieces versus New York Ripper. Anthony's going to be there as well.
Yep.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Absolutely. That'll be fun.
I never thought about putting those two up against each other, but that's a challenge.
Right?
It is.
Yeah.
It really is. They're
I'm glad
both
you mentioned that. Man. I
sleazy
totally
as
forgot about
hell.
that tomorrow. I'm glad you mentioned that.
I got
Alan's going to be there tomorrow, too.
I got Face Off.
A lot of
coming
shit going on.
4K.
What's that? Oh, yeah. 2?
Off in 4K. Yeah, that's a pretty cool release coming out.
Pieces versus New York Ripper. Fuck. That's a good challenge.
Because it's more visceral. I love New York Ripper, but Pieces is batshit crazy, and it's 10 times more visceral, in my opinion. New York
High
Ripper.
Tension 4K coming in January. That's one I'm looking forward to.
Inside's coming
Yeah.
soon too.
Yeah,
I feel
Inside.
like if that would have got its original
Just a
release
Christmas
date, it
movie.
might have made this list.
Yeah.
Probably made my list.
The,
I just want James Cameron's The Abyss on 4K. I just want it right now. That's all.
They're re-releasing Event Horizon next year on Steelbook again, so they're re-releasing that.
Yeah, that was the one
must
that I
pick
saw
up.
that they were re-releasing.
Supposedly, the 4K of The Abyss is up on streaming now. I think like on Apple TV Plus or something like that.
Yeah.
or
They
somewhere.
put it in
iTunes.
theaters like a week ago for like
Yeah,
one
which
night.
I wanted to see.
Yeah,
if I missed
that's
it.
right. Yeah, that's right. There is trailers that have been posted on YouTube about the re-release of the 4K transfer.
Maybe Aliens 4K. I mean, yeah,
It's coming.
yeah.
And I watched a review somebody did on the streaming version of the 4K, and they said that it's not as good looking as Titanic, but it's underwater, and they made good points.
Right.
It's underwater. It's a darker movie. It's not going to look as good as Titanic. You know, for one, the movie came out 10 years before Titanic did.
Yeah.
You know, give or
I
take.
mean, we
But-
never had a Blu-ray, so like, what the fuck? There's nothing really to bitch about except for.
Yeah.
All right,
I mean, it's gonna look
maybe
better
we
than the
might get a
DVD,
bad.
Yeah.
We might get a bad 4K. That's about all. But other than that, we're all waiting for it.
I'm
And
excited
Terminator, they want to do it. I mean, Terminator's right there. It's like,
Yeah.
Yeah, and redo it.
Also, an anniversary year. We're in 2024 coming up, and what's that? 40 years for the Terminator.
oh,
40 years on the dot.
It has
Yeah.
to be coming.
With all this
for that
action going on
4K.
now, with all these things getting released, maybe we'll at least get an announcement for the latter part of 2024, maybe.
Yeah.
For
It's
Terminator.
Yeah,
It's got to be.
We'll see.
excellent.
yeah, that's something to consider.
Yeah, man. If you guys don't have anything else, we're gonna get on out of here.
Mhm.
It's been a fun
Happy
stream. It's been a
holidays
good
from
year.
Detective Riggs.
You know,
Yeah.
start saving money for all these 2024 releases coming out now.
That's a great shirt.
Don't want a shot at the title? Don't
Watch.
mind
So,
Tommy,
you guys, if I don't talk to some of you guys, y'all have a happy holiday, happy Thanksgiving,
Tommy,
Merry
is
Christmas,
your-
Happy New Year, all that shit.
Tommy, is your son going to be watching this?
Oh, he's been watching it the whole time.
Woo!
Nice.
Say bye to
What's up, Dodger?
Hey, Dodger.
What's up, Dodger? Take care,
What's
buddy.
up, Dodger?
We're all saying hi.
Special like people.
All right, guys, we're gonna get on out of here. You guys have a great weekend. Talk to y'all soon.
Happy holidays,
Take it easy,
everyone.
guys.
Yeah,
So.
Happy holidays.